You're listening to The Goon Hour, rated number 1 for worst podcast on the internet. Thank you, and enjoy.
Oh yeah, I got the first channel.
Split that! Yeah, and I got the second one.
Ooh, and the third one.
Ooh,
Y'all all synced up. This is a professional setup. I like it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Hey guys, welcome back to the Goon Hour. I'm here with my good, lovely pal and also brother and also cousin and partner and life partner Nathan, Naquan,
Hello.
and Jab.
Hello. Hi. Thanks for having me.
What's going on, guys?
Doing good. Got a lot of rest. Got a lovely breakfast made by both of y'all.
Oh, thank you.
Really appreciate the hospitality here so far.
Thanks, man. Of course, it's our pleasure to have you.
Jab, go ahead and explain a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am a video editor and producer. I'm a social media manager. I'm also a showrunner and event runner. I've been doing stuff online since 2008. I'm old.
Oh.
And yeah, it's just working for a bunch of YouTubers. I did YouTube myself for a bit, but then I started just gravitating towards other shows, being a producer and an editor and stuff. So I'm like a behind-the-scenes person for most of my career. But it's been doing good so far. It's been paying the bills. It's been paying the rent. So, you know, it could be a lot worse.
That's awesome, dude.
Type shit.
You have a lot of.
Sorry.
No, that's cool, man. How did you guys meet again?
We met through a certain YouTuber that we probably just shouldn't name, but his assistant at the time like mass emailed like 30 or 40 content creators online and was like, hey, we're doing a big comeback, but we want like a bunch of people to be on the streams. Like, do you want to be on? And we all said yes. And it was an Among Us stream that we were on in 2024 that I met you in, which that was chaotic. There was like 9 of us. Everyone was talking over each other. Like I don't
Everyone
think
was trying to be the funny guy in the stream.
Yeah. or no, sorry, it was Jackbox in Among Us. It was like Jackbox was the first one, and that one's even more annoying because everyone's like really trying to be funny on Jackbox.
Yeah.
Like it's a shame because Jackbox is a really funny game, but like playing with randos where you don't get their chemistry and stuff like could like just end in a big disaster, a big unfunny disaster.
I feel that like a similar experience is whenever I'm like in the studio and like there's like a bunch of people there who rap and everyone's trying to freestyle.
Oh, do you guys just like go in there without knowing each other and you guys just go in?
Well, because sometimes like you just pull like we'll be at a studio and like there'll be a room where people are working on shit or mixing shit and people will just be in there, or it'll be like an open vibe type of deal.
Yeah.
And everyone's all like, hey, check me out. Oh, listen, put the strap on my shit, on a home in my burner. And I'm like, please stop.
I mean, that freestyle riff you just gave there is probably better than what they were doing.
Nah, dude. And then like, yeah, it's just rough when everyone's like trying to be the main character.
I don't even remember how I met him. The guy that, I'm just gonna say his name, Spaghetto. I don't know how I met him.
I guess we can say his name. Yeah. He's not really around anymore. I met him through his assistant just emailing me.
But I don't remember how I met him.
Did you meet him before those streams? Or?
Yeah, I would have to.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just one of the. I thought you were just one of the people that his assistant like randomly contacted.
No, I think what had happened. I think I met him through Zwick.
Oh, okay, yeah, because Wick like somehow already had some pre-established relationship with that whole team. I don't know if they still do podcasts anymore, but him and like Lars like did a podcast back in the day, and I forgot what it was called, but whatever. We don't really fuck with that crowd anymore, but but I met Igloo out of it, so it wasn't all bad.
There was a W and out of the nonsense.
Yeah.
That's cool. Shoot, that's cool because like. I'm not too like in there, but like me and Igloo are definitely on Discords together. But like Igloo has like a lot of Discord connections that like I don't even know, so he'll just be like, hey, check out this guy that I've been talking to for 2 years.
That's kind of just how I've been getting like more of my new associates is through via Discord.
That's cool, bro. Discord's a tight app.
Yeah, it's basically just a virtual city at this point.
Yeah.
Like
it helps me kind of just reconnect with people who, you know, like him and I, like we share like similar interests.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Which is usually the icebreaker, like 9 times out of 10. Yeah. It's just if you like the same video game or the same movie or the same YouTuber.
Yeah. How long have you guys been talking about getting you on the Igloo show, which we're filming today?
It was, I think, shortly after the episode with Zach came out, I think I jokingly asked Igloo, when are you gonna get me on the show? Like, it's just an easy 5-hour bus ride for me. And Igloo like gave like a unenthusiastic okay at first, and I was like, I was like wow.
Dude, I was already exhausted when the episode came out. I was like, oh man, yeah, man, of course, dude. Let's get you in.
All in lowercase.
I'm almost like a tired dad. Like, I get done with like work, and then like the kids want to play. I'm like, all right, let's go. Come on, let's play. It's kind of.
Dude, you have no idea how many times I've heard that story where like I would be like in rooms or like at places in Phoenix, and people are all like yeah, Igloo's my cousin, and they're like, yeah, they're all like, I hit him up to do an episode, but he just kind of blew me off.
Damn, I feel lucky then. I'm one of the ones that's actually here.
But it's just funny because like Igloo's just like he's down, but like he was probably just doing something else at that moment.
Yeah, I mean, we get like especially during the early days when we were doing the show, like we got a lot of people wanting to come on the show, like lots of people at a time, and I just didn't have enough room or time to put them in. So I kind of had to like really be selective on who I grabbed.
Right. Yeah, so like I was like, when I asked Igloo, it was like 70% a joke, but there was a little part of me that was like, oh, I'd say yes if you brought me on. And lo and behold, like he was like, all right, look out for March. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this. And I live in Los Angeles, so Phoenix is just a day trip away, so it's not that big of a deal.
I pretty much just I shot them like a text, where like, hey, March, have a time set for that, and they're like, all right. So I got a bus ticket, and I was like immediately with the purchase on that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It was the same way with Zach too. It was just like, yeah, he was just on Southwest. So I was like, all right, done.
Which is like,
let's get you in.
Which is like a cheap like $80 flight. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I try not to waste time.
Yeah,
because ideas end up becoming things that you were talking about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah,
very fast. So that's cool that you're out here, bro.
Yeah. No, Arizona's underrated. I'm liking this area.
It's chill.
Yeah,
it's chill, especially right here where we're at.
Which in Buckeye.
Oh fuck.
What?
I don't want to give the freaking millions of fans.
We live in Buckeye.
Yeah, so like don't be knocking on the front door. We'll be hiding.
Just say the whole address.
Yeah.
Go ahead and dox us.
No, but so what was like the first piece of Igloo's content that you consumed?
I think it was the Malicious China interview.
Really? Shit.
Yeah, I think I saw that because I think I heard of that artist before, so I was like, okay, and I was like, okay, this is kind of a Eric Andre meets Nardwuar type show where you're like just interviewing a bunch of artists, and it was so funny because like you for the most part do a good job at making artists like feel like caught off guard or whatnot.
Fuck yeah,
but I think that Malicious China interview was the first time it was the other way around.
Really?
I think it felt like she was catching you off guard at some
point.
A
little bit, but I think the one that almost got me was Andrew's. Andrew's episode is really great.
Right.
Yeah, like he's been our longtime friend ever since.
Yeah,
like he's a good guy. But he came into set with this whack ass story about like how his brother just escaped jail and was currently looking for him, and I believed him too. I was like, oh boy, it's gonna happen. And then I hear like someone open up the door, and I immediately know the setup. I was like, he's either to come after me or come after him.
Right.
So that whole thing happened. But that was really exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were some moments that like China was just like, we used to like an OnlyFans. And I was like,
oh nah. Yeah, China did tell you that, huh?
Yeah. And then of course there was a Stamper interview too that I saw that I'm sure everyone or most people have discovered you from, which still, like, I remember people being like, how did you score that interview? Because apparently a lot of people would try to get Stamper on their shows, and he would just say no or curse people out. So I just remember a lot of people being like, how did you do it? How did you get it? Like, I don't know if he ever explains how you scored that interview.
Very mundane. Like, I knew he was living in Mesa. I got that figured out, but I didn't want to drive to Mesa and like scour everywhere he's been and just stalk him, because that's not a good approach.
Right.
It was either gonna happen. It was either I hit him up first and nothing happens, or something happens. Yeah. And luckily, I had contacted him on his Patreon. Like I subbed to his Patreon, and that's how I got a message of him.
Right.
Then a little bit later, he gave me his email, which is really just stampertv@gmail.com.
Are you allowed to? Well, I guess it's fine if it's.
He has posted his phone number and email all over the place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He does not care. Anyway, I email him back and forth, and then I get his Discord information, and that's how we do most of the chatting.
Yeah.
And I can kind of sense that he was maybe not down for an interview, but like I sweetened the deal. Like I was gonna pick him up. We're gonna drive to like a neutral place, and we're just gonna talk. We're just gonna bullshit.
So was that filmed at like an Airbnb or something?
No, that's filmed at my buddy's apartment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There are a couple of camera guys that help us out every so often.
Right.
Yeah. But
Was that at Steph's place?
No, that was at the Beers with Peers location.
Oh, okay.
I did another. I was interviewed. Like my first interview was with a channel called Beers with Peers, and the premise is they would just drink beer and discuss the beer, and then there'd be questions. But at that time, I was practicing sobriety, and so they actually did this one-off episode where like we just had non-alcoholic beer, which was really tight of them to do.
Right. As someone that drinks and now is sober, does non-alcoholic beer, like, does that do the fix for you?
There was a little bit of alcohol in there still. I felt it for sure.
But like, is that a good replacement for you, or is it not the same as
I don't drink non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, I just never understood the point of non-alcoholic beer.
It's more like the social action of it, like
of like a non-drinking person wanting to fit in.
That's really just
that too, but also like I don't know. When I get a drink in my hand, I'm more what's up, dude? You know?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. At this age, if you're still judging someone for drinking water instead of beer, it's like I don't like maybe you're the problem.
Yeah, no, that is.
I would
true.
judge you more if you're drinking non-alcoholic beer instead of like a soda.
Yeah, it's like bro, we're all adults. Just have a soda or a water.
Like don't just pretend like you're having a beer. Just have a soda or just nothing.
That's why
at
it's
all.
always baffled me. It's like either it's for kids trying to act cool by having drinks that look like beer, but at that point just get liquid death. Just because that's the whole thing of liquid death is just water that looks like beer. Or if you're just with a group of friends who are so judgmental that it's like, well, you better drink something that looks like beer so you don't cramp our style. It's like,
or just don't drink alcohol in general. Don't.
It's like what are we 17? It's like no.
That's true, actually. Because I remember people like when I was in school, they would be like they would get mad if you weren't smoking.
Yeah, that was a thing too.
What are you doing? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, my high schools would always judge me like for that. So I gave in. I think my junior year of high school, I was like, okay, fine, I'll smoke, I'll drink, and like the drinking didn't get me, but the smoking did get me. So I had to quit. But yeah, it was all just that classic late millennial peer pressure that hopefully Zoomers don't deal with anymore. I'm hoping the whole peer pressure shit is eliminated with newer generations. I'm like in the middle.
You're a Zoomer or a Zillennial?
A Zillennial, I guess. Yeah, I was born in 1996, so it depends on who you ask. Like, someone called me a Zoomer last month, but then someone called me a millennial 2 days ago. So,
dude, it's crazy. 'Cause I feel like people who are born in 2000 and up are like. They're more like, you're fucking a Zillennial or you're a millennial.
Yeah, well, to them they are, because they're like hardcore Zoomer.
Yeah, but like 95 is the actual one.
Is 95 the cutoff?
95 is the millennial cutoff.
Because it's usually every 15 years, so that would make sense because 2010 is the beginning of Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
So that would have to make 95 the Zoomer year.
So technically we're still I feel more like Gen Z. I don't really feel that much millennial.
What year were you born?
99.
Oh, you're way more of a Zoomer than I am then. Yeah.
So you're 98?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, so you're also
the cutoff.
Which people always argue that 98 is the cutoff. So whether it's 95 or 98, you're still a Zoomer, and you're definitely a Zoomer. So
what's up, baby? Yeah. Gen Z, homie. Bro, but like I feel like, oh man, now I'm about to have like an old head ass conversation right now. I feel so lucky because like we grew up with like Instagram and Snapchat and shit.
Yeah.
But I feel like we were still able to like communicate and like, but like you see kids now and they're just very like closed off to the world, like very like in real life. I mean,
you know what? I work with kids in my day job. I'm a community manager for a band that has a lot of young fans, and I run the Discord server, and I'll like analyze how they talk, and sometimes I get the opposite. Sometimes I think they're too aware of the world.
Really?
But because of stuff like social media and Instagram and stuff, like
that is another thing.
Like when I was their age, I had no knowledge of like war and stuff. Like I was a military brat, so all I was being told was America good, the rest of the world bad. And like as a kid, we're just like, okay, I guess that's the narrative. But like now I'm seeing 16-year-olds that are like really up to date with the Israel-Palestine stuff or like the Iran stuff, and I'm like, really at 16? Like that's crazy. And
yeah, but I think there's like a level of apathy with that too. Like they just don't care about what's going on around the world either.
I see a mixed bag. I see kids being edgy about it, but I also see like 15-year-olds whose entire brand is like free Palestine, and it's like, wow, you guys are doing a way better job like showing awareness than we did when we were kids.
That's
like,
very true. We didn't give a shit about nothing that happened in the world.
Well, there wasn't really anything going on besides just the continuing Afghan war.
Yeah,
true. And at that point, it was kind of like
it was dying out. And it was like, gonna be over soon.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's when they started pulling fools out over there.
Yeah, and then they really pulled all of them out, and the things went bad over there.
Damn, dude. So we caught a good era for being kids, Sam.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
we caught a good era.
I think we were really just like the last of the free generation.
Oh, bro.
but because of social media being in the mix of everything, I sometimes wonder if the world's always been like this. But because of the internet, now we have an over socialization problem.
I think it's just amplified it.
I
think because there's been war since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
So I think it's just amplified it, but with it being amplified, like we're talking about like really horrible things.
Yeah.
Way more than we really should have for our own well-being.
Yeah, and just things in general, even just normal complaints I hear of like, oh, the kids are stupider these days, and I'm like, no, I think it's about the same. This is just our generation was the first generation where it was documented. Like our stupidity got filmed and posted on Facebook and Instagram.
That's true.
And like dumb shit kids were doing in their room got posted on 4chan or YouTube, and it's like, no, I think everyone did stupid shit like that, but because it was documented, it was easier for people to see that stupidity from a I agree, fuck Gen X. Gen X is one of the whiniest fucking like generations that got us in this mess,
dude. Very true. No, so I guess like what I said earlier, like I've noticed, like, because when I was serving, especially because I used to be a server, I would like try to like ask like younger people what they wanted, for stuff, and like they would just like freeze up.
Oh,
and
just not
yeah.
be able. But were you a server after the pandemic, or was this before the pandemic?
After.
Okay, because I do think the pandemic has a little bit to blame for it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Because like I dodged a massive bullet. I graduated college literally 2 months before the pandemic.
Nice.
So all of my development years were finished. I can't imagine how hard it was to still be in high school, college, and middle school, and your new norm is now Zoom calls for like years on end. And now finally the world opens back up. It's like, how do you handle that? How do you like go back to normal social life? Like I can't imagine how hard that is. So I do my best not to judge. Yeah, like if I see someone under the age of like 25 having a hard time socializing, I have to remind myself, hey, there was a time for a good 2 years where no one was allowed to leave their homes, and their only social life was through Zoom or through Discord. So I do my best to remind myself that.
Damn, I'm over here just being a dick. Fucking kids learn how to talk, damn it.
I mean, it's been enough years after the pandemic where now it's kind of like, okay, I can give you that sympathy, but also it's time to learn to adapt.
Like,
with the rest of the
go
world.
outside, motherfucker.
Yeah, we're not on lockdown anymore.
Touch some grass, bro.
Yeah, unless you're living here in Arizona where there's no grass.
True. That is true though, man. Like, because, and I guess like I'm not faulting him for it. It's just like the way the cookie crumbled type of deal, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the people made those arguments before the pandemic too. That kids didn't know how to socialize, but
I don't know. I feel like we actually, but then again, that's probably just me being my age and being like, I was the best. Gen X definitely does complain a lot.
They complain a lot, and they also just claim that the world was better with them. And like, I get what they mean at some points.
Are you
because
confusing the Gen X or boomers?
If you asked me 5 years ago, I would have said boomers, but like I'm sort of realizing how much of our hate towards boomers was actually directed towards Gen X.
So our parents essentially.
Yeah, because my parents are Gen X, and like a lot of people that are around their age, like 50s and 60s, those are the age ranges I always hear being like, these kids today are so dumb, they don't know shit. But then you'll ask them about stuff about the current world, and they don't know anything. And not only do they not know anything about the current world or the current politics or the current pop culture, but they're so they like see it as a flex to not know. They brag about not knowing stuff.
How,
and
really?
That's what always pisses me off. Is like, it's okay to be naive, but to be so confident in your naivete is like, you deserve to be bullied. I think you should be bullied way more if you have confidence in stupidity or think that that's a flex. Because like they'll claim that their childhood was better because they were stupid. They were like, oh, it was easier to be happy back then when you weren't aware of everything. And it's like, sure, that might be true to an extent, because I do think over socialization on the internet does make a lot of young people depressed these days.
Fuck yeah.
But there needs to be a balance. You can't just not know anything about the world and just think that your entire world is the small town in South Dakota that you grow up in, and then that's it. It doesn't go past that. So
I think my biggest like critique on Gen X is how they're so quick to say how soft Gen Z is.
Yeah,
and how soft, but it's like, who raised Gen Z?
Yeah, like y'all raised Gen Z. And
like
it's your guys' fault. You're right.
It's kind of your fault.
And being more empathetic to humans that look different than them doesn't make them too soft. Like that's usually what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you guys have more empathy for like people of color or like gay and trans people. Oh, you're such a softie. And it's like, no, that's just them being fucking nicer than you guys were when you were their age.
Just be decent human beings. That's all you gotta be.
And like, I tried to bring this up with my dad one time, and I was all like, because he kept just saying like, oh, in the 80s, bro, we were so hard, dog. In the 90s, we were so hard. And then I was like, okay, well, who raised Gen Z? And he was all like, I know what you're trying to do, mate. That's not gonna work. He always says that. He's like, you're not gonna flip it. You're not gonna flip it. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, well, you guys kind of made all these soft ass environments for soft people to come out of.
And like it's like they brag about all these badass things they do, but then they freak out if their kids cross the street to do anything. Like,
that's also true. There is a lot of helicopter parenting type of deals going on too.
Like my parents were helicopter parents too, but then they would judge me for like not going to the beach or not going with friends, and I'm like, every time I tried to, you guys would always freak the fuck out, call me every 5 minutes. And I saw this documentary recently called Class Action Park. It's a documentary about a water park in New Jersey in the 80s that got closed down because of all these safety precautions and stuff.
I know what you mean.
And this is a documentary that really like finalize that I fucking hate Gen X, because everyone they interviewed were all saying, well, this is how you proved you were tough back then, if you were willing to go on this water park with like no protection. Like, kids these days don't know what it's like to think that you were almost gonna die when you were at these water parks. And then there was one father who was like, yeah, this was just what you did. We didn't tell our parents like how dangerous this water park was. Like, you were a badass if you went to this. That being said, I would never let my kids do this in a million years. And it's like, well, then you just answered your own fucking question. I know. Like you're complaining that these kids are softies, yet all these badass things you did at a fucking water park. Like first off, saying a water park is badass is already fucking lame, but that's just because I hate water parks.
Well, the water park in New Jersey, like that one was especially dangerous and wild.
Yeah, because they just had no safety precautions, and like if someone couldn't swim, they would put a wristband on them that said CFS, which stood for can't fucking swim, and like they would just make the lifeguards pay attention to those guys, and that's it. But it's like, well, if they can't swim, maybe they shouldn't just not go to a water park. Like. So that documentary pissed me off, and I wrote like a long letterbox review of like, this is the perfect documentary to show just how much Gen X is just the worst.
I like how they take the extra step just to shame the people who can't swim.
I know, like it's if you want a good reason to hate people in their 50s and 60s, I recommend Class Action Park.
Yeah, dude, Gen X definitely, because I think my dad's Gen X.
Mm-hmm. What year was he born?
He was born like in 83.
Yeah, I think that's late Gen X, because I think millennials start in well if Gen Z started in 95, and I think millennials started in 1980.
Gen X, I think, started in the 70s.
Okay, so
it's like 70 to 85.
I would say
around there.
So,
yeah, yes. So your dad's either a late Gen Xer or a very, very early millennial.
Yeah, my dad's I'm pretty sure he's Gen X, because he would always talk about how Gen X is so fucking sick.
Well, how old is your dad now? Like,
it's like 45.
Yeah, he's Gen X.
Damn, you had a teen dad? Your dad was like 17 when he had you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, damn. I thought my dad was crazy for having me at 24.
Oh, hell no.
My mom had me when I was like 20, when she was 22.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a good age, bro. I low-key like kind of see like young parents, and I'm like, yo, you kind of did it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing? Like, I'm 30 and I don't have any I don't have any kids.
Yeah,
if I went the route of my dad, I'd have a 13-year-old and a 6-year-old right now. But I don't. I got nada.
That's really young.
That was my dad's stepdaughter. My sister had a different dad. But yeah, so it's like, nope, here I am, just working for YouTubers.
Have you seen that meme where it's all like 30-year-olds in the 90s and it's all like a picture of Tony Soprano?
Yeah.
And it's like 30-year-olds now and it's all like his son when he was 13. He all has like a backwards cap and like a skillet shirt, or like a Paramore shirt or whatever.
Yeah, my dad at 30 serving in Bahrain, and then now me at 30, I'm on the Young Igloo show.
One served his country, the other one. I don't even know.
The other one in Buckeye, Arizona.
The other one is just here to fuck around, I guess. Your ancestors did a lot of weird shit back then, just charging into wars and crap, and then here you are on the Young Igloo podcast.
I think I saw a tweet recently being like, my mom like fought for her life in Vietnam just for me to change posters on Letterboxd.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
We really do live in a crazy time bubble. Just, it's a really interesting part we live in.
I know, we're just out here just still cooling. We've been doing this shit for like 15 years, just fucking around.
Yeah,
since
like
we were children. Just
like I know people that work in this field are always like, it's not just us fucking around, but like we'd be lying if we said one of the appealing things of this business wasn't us thinking that we could just get paid to fuck around.
This is a choice, like, job if you can get the money for it.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, it is hard. Like I've been in this field for over a decade and I'm still feeling like I'm barely getting by, because like the business is just, it's hard to like make a lot of money in. But at the same time, like, I'd be lying if I said one of the appealing factors was like, oh, I'm already at my computer playing games every day. Like yeah, like hell yeah, we can monetize it. Like
hell yeah,
we can monetize a lifestyle we're already living. So yeah, like I do think people project a little too much. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of hard work, but it's a lot of hard work that you have to do in order to live the lifestyle of combining your hobbies and stuff you see as fun into also a career.
It takes time too, though, huh?
It takes time, yeah. I've been doing this stuff professionally since I was 16, and I'm 30 now. And
time, talent, who you know, and luck.
Yeah, and I didn't really start seeing real money until I was 23. So at that point, I was 7 years into it, and I was just working for free for like that whole time. And then I got my first big job at an anime channel called Mother's Basement in 2019. And like, I remember being so like blown my mind when his assistant at the time was like, "Yeah, give Jeff your PayPal and you'll get like $300 for this video." And that was like, that blew my mind. I was like, wait, I didn't even know I was gonna get paid for this, let alone $300. Like, so
it's cool when you make some money from shit. Cause like I lived in Albuquerque for a little bit, and I was just doing mad shows, bro. And I would sell like t-shirts, and like I was like throwing shows, producing shows too.
Yeah.
So I would just get like a mad split off the door.
Right.
I remember one day I made like 500 in like 2 hours one day.
Yeah, and it's like if you could do just like 4 or 5 of those shows a month, like that's enough to like cover rent.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So like that was enough for me to be like, okay, this is tight.
Yeah.
But I kind of, in terms of music, I kind of went on a little hiatus trying to transition into corridos from hip hop.
But you'd be surprised how much of a flex that is. Like, most musicians I know, they have to pay the venue in order to let them.
But that's like big city. The one thing I love about New Mexico music scene.
Oh, I guess that's true. Yeah,
is that we're very much like ground up, and like it's like, hey, my uncle's taco restaurant isn't open on Fridays after 6. We're doing a show there.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, is like using restaurants and other stuff as venues.
Yeah, exactly. There was a bingo hall. I did a show in a bingo hall once, and it was lit.
and I guess the benefit of like living in a smaller area is that a lot of your crowd is just people looking for something to do. Yeah. So like they're not picky about the artist, or like, oh, someone's performing, let's just go to a show. Yeah. Versus a big city, like there's 20 different artists performing in LA tonight, and like you're just able to choose because you don't have to like be like you're allowed to be picky with that, is what I'm basically trying to say.
Yeah, man, that's interesting, dude. Yeah, not for us, like, yeah, dude, for us it was like you reap the benefit of what you put into it type shit, you know. So we would really just go ham on like flyers and shit.
Right.
But now I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to start performing again. I know that, but I've been doing a lot more like Spanish music, so I need to find a band.
Yeah, or you can
that's the
find
next
ways to
move.
combine it.
No, that's exactly
Yeah, combine the genres.
that's what I've been doing. Like that's what I'd say this past 2 years have really been for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just finding a way to like combine like all this new corrido tumbado with like hip hop, but like my brand of hip hop and my brand of corrido.
Yeah, and also just take advantage of like Instagram and TikTok.
Exactly.
And do what some artists do where they make like 40 TikToks of the same song.
Yeah.
And then like if they upload all 40 of them, maybe 5 of those will blow up, but that's
Yeah.
still 5 of them that blew up.
Yeah, and then make another 40.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about it. You can do whatever you want really in this space. You
Yeah,
can do
no,
whatever
those
you want.
platforms are really forgiving of you doing the same like trick over and over again, and the audience understands. Okay, they're doing this because in hopes that one of them will eventually blow up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What's on your little brain over there, Igloo?
Well, wouldn't you know?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I like Connor O'Malley.
Who's that one? Who's that one again?
Connor O'Malley is a alternative comedian, as I'd like to say.
Connor O'Malley.
He did a lot of. He was like one of those people that did on the street interviews during like the late 2010s, like a lot of the ironic ones. He would like go around random cities with a selfie stick and just film himself like drowning in like in like the city rivers.
That was a talk show.
Yeah.
I think he was doing a talk show for that one.
Yeah, he was. And then but then he started doing a few like ARG like TikTok videos where he would like pretend to be like an Andrew Tate like podcast guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
fuck
And
yeah.
then it ended up like him discovering like a whole underground network of child thing going on.
Oh,
and
And it was like Tom Cruise.
and like the shorts, like it would be disguised as shorts, but they would end up being like 8 minutes long, where it would just keep getting more and more chaotic.
It's such a good format.
But my favorite thing he's done recently is he's made a 2009 style movie called Rap World.
That's my
where
favorite.
It was him and 2 other guys. They were these like rappers in Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania, and they were all movie theater workers, but they were like, yo, we're gonna make an album in one night. We took the next day off so we could spend all night working on this album, and the whole movie is filmed as if it's 2009, so all the effects are like Windows Movie Maker and like
fuck
PowerPoint.
yeah, that sounds amazing.
And I couldn't help but feel related to it because all these guys are in their late 20s, early 30s, and they're still like trying to like get their name out there.
Yeah.
But they're like failing because whether it's them being slackers or them having other stuff going on in their life. And there was actually someone in there who used to be in the internet communities I was in. His name is Patrick Doran. He had a cameo in that film. And I remember watching it in theaters, and I was like, oh shit, that's Patrick. I didn't know he was in this. So
That's awesome.
I really recommend it. It's on YouTube for free, Rap World.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
The movie's only like 50 minutes long.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm
less than an hour.
It is
I'm
a
gonna run to the
fantastic.
restroom real quick.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be right back.
I'll keep the audience entertained.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that movie a lot. Like, thank you so much for like showing that to me.
Yeah, no worries. I really am bummed out that y'all didn't get to see it in person because we were at PAX West in 2024, and one of my friends who lived in Seattle but wasn't going to go to PAX was like, hey, I'm going to this Connor O'Malley screening, and thankfully my partner was a huge Connor O'Malley fan, so we left PAX West early to go to this screening. And I have not, I kid you not, I have not been in a louder movie theater. Everyone was laughing so hard.
It's such a great, I don't know how to, it's such a good movie. It really is just like a decent movie. I really like to watch again.
It's so good, and as someone who like started doing shit on the internet in 2008, 2009, like it was a big love letter to like having no basis. Like you're starting from scratch, no one knows who you are, and you're just trying to figure out a way for the world to care about you in the circumstance where the whole world is working against you. Like that one scene where they're finally in the zone and they're about to record, but then the guy's ex-girlfriend's like honking her horn outside, and he's just screaming that like as soon as he was in the zone, now he's out of the zone. Like I relate with that so hard. Like I can't tell you how many times I'm like, all right, I'm ready, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna finally get my shit going, and then something just happens where it just pulls me out. Where whether it was like my parents yelling at me as a kid or like someone calling me to like help them move something, and I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I like his stand-up bits too.
Yeah,
like, his stand-up bits is really unique.
Yeah, he did that stand-up solutions thing, and then I like the PVC feces rig one that he did with Alan Resnick.
When was this?
It was this was like I want to say 2022, 2021.
Is this up?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's if you search PVC feces rig, it got taken down a couple times because it's literally this contraption that they use where they like shit in these PVC pipes and then it like doubles as a shower or something. It was like this fake campaign they made that just keeps going deeper and deeper. And Alan Resnick is also just this visual like god that like got his start on Adult Swim, and he just makes these really nightmare visuals with this stuff. So I don't know how else to describe it, as in like a lot of stuff you would see on late night Adult Swim combined with Alan Resnick taking advantage of all these weird angles you can get with the Insta360 cameras. they would like shove the cameras in their mouth and like do all this other crazy shit. So yeah, Connor O'Malley's definitely one of the goats in this generation of comedy.
I can't watch any of his stuff though. I'm trying not to like watch too much comedy stuff because I feel like it will like infect me.
You know what's funny? That's what apparently according to another friend of mine, that's what Sam Hyde said one time.
That's what I got it from.
He was like I can't watch his stuff because I'm afraid I'm gonna copy him.
Yeah. That's I heard that and I was like, fuck, I gotta do that now because that's actually true.
Yeah, which is a shame because like
I'm doing this show now and because I watched a bunch of Eric Andre, so we do this little bit right here.
Right, but he doesn't own the talk show format though. Like that.
Yeah,
like,
no, you can't gatekeep the talk show format.
If you really want to pay credits, you have to go back to Tom Green and Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yes.
Like everyone always thinks Eric Andre started it, but it's like no, it was Tom Green and Space Ghost.
Yeah.
And maybe there was people before that we don't know. Like everyone's inspired by something. So.
Yeah, maybe some public access channel that's like like Lost Media that they did like a talk show type beat at their local Wisconsin or whatever.
Or like that one that was that Raw Time. Remember Raw Time on public access? It was that goth girl that was like taking calls, and like every call would just be like people trying to harass her, but she would always have something cheeky to say back.
I didn't see that one, but there was another public access show where it was a couple of guys who would discuss the WWE shit that they watched previously. And I don't know what happened, but like I don't know if it was staged or not, but like one of the cast members like punked like the supposed wrestler, and the wrestler got up in his face and started threatening him, and one of the co-stars just pissed himself because he was scared.
Oh man.
So that might have been staged, but it was still pretty funny.
Right.
I'll have to find that video for you.
Yeah. So I think that might be the first actual, even though these public access shows weren't trying to be ironic. It was just stuff that would happen by accident.
Yeah, I think because a lot of these public access shows, like they were trying to make like actual proper TV shows.
They were trying to be like a news outlet, or they were trying to be like a Jimmy Fallon or Jay Leno type show. But they were all just awkward and they didn't know how to act and stuff. So yeah, I think people like Tom Green saw that and said, well, let's embrace that awkwardness and like actually make something. And then the Tom Green show got birthed.
It's such a unique show too.
Yeah. This is the Tom Green Show. It's not the Green Tom Show.
I did not see the Tom Green Show. I don't know what that one is though.
Okay. Tom, it was a show that I want to say was on public access, but I think it ended up being more of a American thing, or maybe it was Canada, but it was a show in the 90s, and he would do that. He would bring guests on and like just trick them, not tell them what was going to happen and stuff. So like Eric Andre definitely like, I don't want to say copied, but definitely like saw a lot of that and said, "Oh, I want to do that too. I also want to trick people into like being on this show." And
he's got his own spin to it.
Eric Andre?
Yeah, like his is chaos incarnate. Like his is strictly pure chaos.
Yeah, and it also helps that Hannibal Buress was there too to like be the straight man of all of his chaos, which Tom Green didn't have. So back when you watch Tom Green, it would just be his chaotic character. I gotta readjust the Mexican flag there.
I think we had a discussion before, like I think we had discussed previously that we probably wanted a Hannibal Buress type character on the show.
Yeah,
we discussed that, boy. Haven't we, Nate?
I mean, that could just be you, Nate. You could be the Hannibal Buress.
Yeah,
character.
Like that little. Yeah, I like that.
He essentially is just like its own character. He's a producer. You know, he helps with the show behind the scenes.
I like how I feel like I'm like on the show. I'm more of like an omniscient kind of.
Yeah, you are. You're pretty much like I wanted you to be like this badass type of character too. Like I send you on some hardcore missions just to take care of it, and then you got like all the camo and the vests, and you're just going out with silencers and shit. You're just sniping folks. Like
I'll do that too.
Like Solid Snake type shit. Like that's what I wanted you to do.
I'll do that too.
Like there was one bit in a video I have planned in the future where it's like I have my arch nemesis coming after me, and I was like, we gotta take care of him. I gotta send in the jackal, and then Nate's already got this shit ready. He's got the bandana pulled up.
Yeah, you have this desert environment to do those scenes.
And then there's a solid like 5 to 10 minute action scene of just Nathan just hiding and sneaking around. I played a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5 for me to get the inspiration, so that's kind of where it's coming from.
It's funny how the desert has always been like our playground.
Yeah, well, it's because we were born in it.
In New Mexico, that's where a majority of our videos took place.
Yeah, so the desert's just in your genes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like going to like the desert just to shoot something just feels so like right.
Natural.
Being born in Florida was the opposite. Like all I know was like swamp, just like humid, swampy. This area is polar opposite of this stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking rough. So were you in Florida because you were military, or is that where like you're? Because you said you're Mexican, right?
Yeah. I'm
is that
half,
where you're?
So my dad's second generation immigrant. I'm a third generation immigrant.
Tight.
My dad was born in San Diego, but like Oceanside, like a city that's like an hour north of San Diego. But then when he met my mom, they moved to Florida, and then I was born in Jacksonville, Florida. Unfortunately, the Jacksonville fucking sucks. Shout outs if you're from there, but that city's awful, and I'm sure you'll agree.
Fuck Jacksonville, Florida. Fuck it.
But like chain of events of where I've moved. So I was born in Jacksonville, Florida, moved to Tampa, Florida when I was 2, and then I moved to Guam when I was 6. That's where my mom's side of the family is.
Dang, you was in
Guam.
the Chamorro land, homie.
Yeah. So I was there for 4 years, and then I moved to Atsugi, Japan afterwards.
God,
and that's where my nerdy life started. Was being surrounded by all that.
You saw a cosplayer and was like, I want that.
I want that to be my lifestyle.
You started in Japonese, huh? That's cool, dude. So
yeah.
All right, so I asked that because, like, where are your parents from? Or your dad? I mean,
so my dad was born in SoCal, so he's a whole SoCal Cholo type Mexican.
Hell yeah.
And my mom was born in a smaller island called Saipan, which is like just a little bit north of Guam. So and then my sister is from Guam, so my sister's Guamanian. So me and my dad are the only Americans like of the family.
Really?
Like my mom got American citizenship through marrying my dad, but
dang, that's cool. I can't remember because I said like so my stepdad who raised me. So he's still like my dad, but I'm still like pretty tight with him. So I'll still go over. But he got with like a new lady. Yeah. And she's Chamorro.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that last night. And there's not that many of us. So.
I know, it's interesting now. Like every time I see one, I'm like, "What's up?"
I tend to tell people I'm Pacific Islander because whenever I say Chamorro, everyone's like, huh? Like that's how small like really? We are. Is that like people just don't know who we are?
I guess we got blessed with that because so we'll just be eating like mad like panse and lumpia.
Oh, lumpia! I got so sick of lumpia. I do not eat lumpia anymore.
I forget how to say it. It's like rib stufao.
Something like that, yeah.
But it's like that rib with like the bay leaf. Oh my god.
But most of the time, like the power always went out, so we're just left with spam.
Oh hell yeah.
Like that was our, which worked in my benefit one time because I remember I was in college and our final assignment was to make a meal based off of our heritage, and I was driving to college and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot to do this project. But then I got a light bulb in my head being like, wait, I can talk about how the power always went out in Guam
and how it like this is like a cultural thing that developed our cuisine.
Yeah, so I ran to the grocery store, bought all these cold cans of spam, and I just presented it as the cans of spam, and I was like, "No, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Torin, that's my real name. Torin didn't cook anything. Well, hey, I was born in a place where the power was always out, so let me prepare raw spam for you guys." And my teacher was just in the corner, just like with their hands in their face.
That reminds me. Did you watch iCarly as a kid?
I did watch iCarly.
You remember that scene wherever they're like, Sam, do your let's see your project on saving the environment.
Oh, the orange. Yeah.
She just eats an orange and she's like, the orange, it goes into the earth and grows again.
It's biodegradable. Yeah.
And then like the guy who put Nathan, or what's his name, Freddie.
Freddie. Yeah.
The one who did all the most.
He did all the work, and he's all like, this is using way too much electricity. Everything fucking.
Do you know where the worms came from? They came from the sky where you burned the jet fuel to get here.
Yeah, I forgot his project was like ironically harmful towards the Earth. Yeah.
And Freddy's just like, what? He's so distraught and devastated.
Yeah,
that's the best part.
Like, it was like months of work.
Doing no effort at all.
I love that show. That kind of is what kind of inspired us too. I remember.
Oh yeah,
that really that came out at a pretty good time. Like even long before like live streaming was popular.
It came out when the whole concept of having an internet show was so unheard of. But like the show was kind of unrealistic because everyone was in support of this miner having a web show. Whereas like I remember I tried doing a show when I was like 12 and everyone was against me. Everyone was like, "Are you kidding me? You're putting yourself out there on the internet?" So my family, my teachers, like everyone was so against it.
My mom was like when we first started doing our YouTube stuff. Because we posted one YouTube when we were like 12. Yeah, but you probably don't remember it, Sam. It was nonsense, boy. It was nonsense.
Yeah, and then like everyone's like, you can't put yourself out on the internet, like all these, and like to this day, my sister swears that some psychologist put videos of me when I was 12 on this website to study like kids with problems, and like my sister never gave me a link, and to this day, she's like, no, I remember that was a real website, and I was like, okay, well then give me the link, and she just wouldn't give me the link, but like. I think she's lying, and I think that was just people's ways of being like, "Hey, posting on the internet's not normal. Only weird people do this."
Yeah,
so
true.
so for iCarly to not only be about a web show in the 2000s, but also be a web show that everyone was in support of, including their fucking principal. Like their principal was a fan of the show because his daughters watched it. And I was like, "There's no way."
The production value of that show too at the time would have been insane.
Yeah, like Freddie had like a whole like get up. They had to like we had like one of those broadcast cameras that
it wasn't even a broadcast camera. It was a fucking tape camera.
Or it was a tape camera, yeah, which just makes it even more.
I was like, wait, hold on.
What's funny is that he never really held it up to his face. He just held it like this.
Yeah, he like carried it like this,
and we're good.
And that just somehow worked. If only real life was like that, where you just shoot a camera and all the lighting and the color correcting was done for you. Yeah.
I do like Sam's remote that plays like sound effects and all the other crap.
Yeah,
that I do want.
It was the Stream Deck of the 2000s.
It was a wireless Stream Deck.
Yeah, basically it's a wireless Stream Deck.
That's so funny. It's all like it'll be like a crowd.
Yeah.
But but the concept at the time was really abstract. Like no one could really understand it unless you were really young and with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was 11 when it came out, so I think I was the perfect demographic.
Yeah, so I must have been like
Dan Schneider had like
8.
Like he knew what the internet was going to look like.
He was upsettingly ahead of his time, which sucks because he's a bad person.
He's
but like
weirdo,
yeah,
freak.
But he did unfortunately have a hand in like he predicted what the internet was going to be like. He was like, okay, the internet's about to be very personality driven now that video is introduced to the internet.
Hey, so speaking of people who are they did some good, I guess, but then also fucked up in other regards. Are you familiar with like the allegations against Cesar Chavez right now?
Who's Cesar Chavez again?
He was a civil rights activist for the farm workers in California.
Okay, what happened with him?
His like right hand partner Dolores Huerta came out saying that like he like R-worded her all crazy.
Oh no!
Back in the day, and that he was like abusing minors, but was like this like the Martin Luther King of like Mexican American farm workers.
Wow. No, I didn't know about that.
He was like this like badass like figure in the Mexican American community.
Wow.
But
that's insane.
Now like they're taking the statues down, fucking
rightfully so, yeah.
Renaming the
streets.
He pass away? So the thing is he passed away in 1993.
Okay.
But now like the person that was right next Dolores Huerta, who was like his friend, how it was set up, and like his partner in the movement, she came out years later saying that he did all this, but she said that she kept it a secret because she did it at that time. Her whole life she'd been working for activism for farm workers.
Yeah.
So she didn't want to like derail the movement right when it started getting traction with him in the position of leader.
Yeah,
you know,
because like they're like that fear that people are gonna accuse you of like derailing the message is a real fear to have.
I think 100% they would have. Back then, especially.
Oh yeah, because sexual assault was not taken as seriously back then as it was now. So
whatever.
I could see her being afraid of people just being like, oh, are you trying to just de-escalate the whole process and everything.
So and like that's why I believe it, because dude, she's like 96 right now, and she just came out because like the two girls that were minors whenever he assaulted them they came out with it, and then she was like, you know what, I guess it's time for me to say my truth too.
It's like, what do you have to lose at that point? Like you're 96, like you might as well like, if you're gonna die soon, you might as well like leave the world with a message of like, hey, like do a better job at holding people accountable than people did back then.
It's just crazy, dude, because like he was such like a beacon of like strength and everything, and now it's just like, it's like, because I mean, objectively, he did good things for the farm workers. Right. He gave them better work.
Both can be true, though.
Yes, exactly. Two things can. I say that all the time.
Yeah, I've been saying that more often too. Is like
two things can be true at once.
Yeah, like he could have actually been a great person for the farm workers, but he also could have been a bad person for everyone else. Yeah, terrible person for everyone else and like behind the scenes.
That's loco, man, and like. I don't know, but I honestly, to be honest with you, I already kind of had my own reservations about him too, because he was Mexican American. Yeah, so he was documented.
Right, so he didn't have the struggles that immigrants had, or like people that were here in secret.
Well, no, because he really was at that time, like in the 60s, he really was like working in the fields and like working with Mexicans. Yeah, but I don't know, man. There's videos of him saying like really like a lot of bad slurs about illegals coming.
Right, which is a lot of things that. There's a lot of cocky Mexican Americans where
fucking ridiculous, right?
And my dad was one of them. Like I didn't even know who this person was, and I was about to joke how I'm a bad Mexican American because I had one of those self-loathing Mexican dads who like wanted to be white so bad. Like,
really, but he was a cholo, huh?
I mean, I say that as a joke, but like that was the environment he grew up around. But as he grew up, he wanted nothing more but to be the polar opposite of it.
That's nuts to me.
He's like full on like wears Tommy Bahama head to toe. He tries to get like the respect of like the white man constantly. So like
he's like an Uncle Tom. He's a Theo Tom.
Theo Tom. That's
you're a Theo Tom.
Yeah, like my dad got mad at me one time because I saw him wearing Tommy Bahama everything, and I called him Uncle Tommy Bahama, and he got really upset. But then I learned a few years later by one of my black friends being like, "Hey, like you're not allowed to say that. Only black people can say that."
Uncle Tom?
Yeah. So I was so I dropped. I was like, "Okay, sorry. I thought that was just a term for like minorities in general."
Oh, but God darn it.
But homie. So that's why I was laughing at the Theo Tom. I was like, "Can we say Theo Tom?" But
that's funny.
But no. So I just call my dad. Just you want to be white so bad.
That's
so like
crazy.
So I didn't really learn about a lot of Mexican American history or Mexican history in general, but for the same reason, because my dad was Mexican American and documented, he got that cockiness of like, oh, people should immigrate here legally. It's like, well, dog, you were born here. You don't know how hard it was for your parents to move here and their parents.
The thing that trips me out, and like I won't say who it is in my life, but like I've had conversations with people who are like, freaking illegal immigration, dude, like it's freaking bad. And then like I'm like, they tell me about, I'm like, okay, well, tell me your family lore. And then they're like, oh, well, my uncle just came over here and then just waited for his stuff to get right, so he was here illegally.
Yeah, like we're all here because someone in our family came here illegally at one point.
At one point.
Also, why are they coming here to America? Like specifically, like that's the part that people don't talk about half the time.
Well, it's just the next best option over here.
I mean, it's also, I mean, we have a lot of problems in America too, but like I think most of it, like they come here because of the propaganda that we show out from Hollywood.
I would say propaganda, and as busted as this country is compared to Mexico, at least from what I heard, like I never lived in Mexico, but I've been to Mexico. Mexico still has a lot of issues with like starting careers there and like starting lifestyles, and Mexico is like an incredibly homophobic, racist country.
Oh yeah,
like they're very racist, dude.
As racist as America can come off sometimes, I still think a lot of people here are way more supportive towards minorities and LGBT people
in America, I'd say.
In comparison.
The thing about Mexico, from like my understanding, because I've even seen it here, because when I was working here, like there's Mexicans from all over, whereas I used to work in this really like Hispanic neighborhood. But they're really they look down on like the indigenous Mexicans, like the like the Mayan, Zapotec.
Right.
Fuck, what's the one that Lucid is? I forget.
Mexican?
No, Vato. He's from
White. No, he's not white.
No, but I can't. Anyway, so like the people that like notice, like they look like the statues that you see.
Yeah.
Like they treat them very badly.
Yeah, there's a lot of internal Mexican like racism towards each other, like a lot. Like we could have a whole podcast about that if we wanted to.
Oh, for real.
But yeah, like my dad, like I remember one time we were
Stay
visiting
tuned for the bean cast.
for the bean cast with your 3 favorite beans.
Your 3 favorite beans.
But like I remember one time because my grandma and my dad's side is in San Diego, and we visited her one time, and my dad started shit talking his cousin for marrying a Mexican woman when he went. But my dad was like, yeah, he had this beautiful white girl, then he left her for a Mexican, and I'm like, Dad, you're Mexican. What are you saying?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
right?
it's just so fucking weird.
Uncle Ruckus. You ever seen Boondocks?
Yeah, I love Boondocks.
Uncle Ruckus, Steel Ruckus.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't know. But the thing that trips me out too about like Mexican racism is like it's really special because so all these Mexicans over there are like, oh man, we're going to the United States, whatever. Don't care. I'm going to get there for illegally, whatever. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get mad when Guatemalans go to Mexico.
Yeah.
Now,
I
that's
have heard
nuts
of that.
as hell.
Yeah.
I remember meeting because when I was in college, I was closer to the border, so I went to school with a lot of people who were had dual citizenship.
Right.
So they were going to school in New Mexico, but they also spent a lot of time growing up in Juarez and stuff. And they would be like, "Damn, Guatemalans!"
Yeah, like
all
it's
pissed.
like a lot of people don't realize that because I have a friend in New Jersey who's Brazilian, and whenever we complain about America, she's always like, yeah, I do have Brazilian citizenship. And I was like, oh, why haven't you just gone back to Brazil? And she was like, the social politics there are even worse than America. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, as economically bad as America is, like social wise, like I hear enough like Latinos in general say that it's easier to be Latino in America than their own countries sometimes.
Really? That's incredible.
Yeah, and I'm just like, damn, that is crazy that tough. Like just the internal hatred towards each other that everyone has.
I have and this is a concept I've been working with in my music a lot. I kind of went a little bit too deep with it though. Mm-hmm. But so when you look at like, I think I have the answer for that though, or at least something to put us in the direction of finding the answer. So you say, to restate what you just said, you said that there's a lot of hatred there's a lot of self-hatred in other countries, like Latino countries. And I think it's because the greater story is that the Spanish and the indigenous people mixed, right? Yeah. And the Spanish people and the indigenous people were at war for generations. So it's almost like we kind of hate like ourselves like a little bit, but it's the way I describe it in like a more poetic way, I guess, is like it's like our blood is at war within us too. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So that's how I look at it, because I mean, it's a really complex existence, especially if you really understand like the history and like pay attention to how the conflict has resonated through time. It's still going on today.
Yeah, which I want to disclose is history I'm still trying to learn to this day, because my dad really sheltered me from a lot of that stuff. Like my dad hated being Mexican. I remember one time my dad got mad at me for identifying as Mexican one time. Really? And on the ride home, he was like, "Look, I know you actually are Mexican, but I want you to identify as yourself." And I'm like, that's a part of myself. I look at my arm. Look at the color of my arm. There's like the sky is blue. I'm brown. Like I don't know what you're trying to say.
Your dad is stupid.
Yeah, he's
so
not.
They're stupid.
This is my dad. My dad's not a smart man. He's just not.
So you didn't grow up like with like carne asada or like hearing that music or?
No. My dad like hated it all. Like I remember one time my grandma gifted me like this incense and for my birthday one time, and my mom saw me open it. And then my mom was like, "Do not light that. Your dad is gonna kill you if you light that." And then like my dad saw the incense and he swiped it out of my room and he was like, "This will never be used." He broke it in half and threw it away.
What kind of incense was it?
I forget. This was like when I was 12 or something.
Was it sage?
I think so. It was like the little sticks that you have that you light, and then
it was like the actual.
Actual incense.
And like apparently, like he hates the smell of that because it reminds him of his childhood. So like he threw it away and asked his mom like how much she paid for it, and then just paid me back that money. And like
that's crazy.
Yeah, and like and like we had Mexican food like that was something my dad was okay, which thank God I love Mexican food, but that was about it. Like he he begrudgingly took me to Tijuana twice, and like I learned no Spanish growing up, so it was my grandma, my tia, and a bunch of my cousins I've never met before in this really rundown house in Tijuana, and they were like, why doesn't this kid know Spanish? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, so like they were trying to teach me Spanish, and I was trying to learn with them. I remember trying to play soccer with them, but like I just didn't know what they were wanting because they were just talking in Spanish.
Oh, bro, I used to hate playing soccer with the Paisa kids, bro. Shit's rough.
Yeah.
That shit is rough. I used to, so my dad, because we're from Alamogordo, but my dad moved to a city called El Paso.
Yeah.
And and El Paso's right next to Juarez, so all these like, it's very interchangeable over there. It's like very kind of like Tijuana and ST.
Yeah.
But oh, dude, I feel that pain, bro. Because like they were like super fast and like super good, and I was like chubby and like didn't know Spanish.
Yeah, so like
it was hard, dude.
And even though I couldn't understand them, I could tell in Spanish they were making fun of the fact that I didn't know how to speak Spanish.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hello.
Hi, Chris. I'm sorry.
We got another guest coming on. but yeah, so like, so my whole childhood, my dad was trying to drill in the message of, you are Mexican, but you don't like being Mexican. You're gonna do everything you can to not be Mexican.
I wonder where that came from.
Yeah.
I wonder where that resentment came from.
Now, I was gonna bring this point up earlier. What if he had like a life where like he was like bullied, or he has like some type of trauma about being Mexican?
Maybe, because like we're about to get real here. My dad was like very abusive growing up. He would beat the shit out of me. He would hit me. He would scream at me and stuff. And instead of apologizing, he would come back in my room and just cry about his childhood. And it was always about how terrible his dad was. And his dad is his dad was way worse than mine.
Really?
So I'll always thank the Lord for that. But like, a lot of it comes from the like internal hatred he has for his dad. And like it affected so many aspects of his life. Like, my dad has this weird hatred towards homeless people. Really? And I remember he visited me in Los Angeles, and we would see homeless people on the street, and he would just shit talk them, being like, they're low lives, like they could easily get a job if they wanted to. And I'm like, Dad, I don't think you realize how much homelessness is caused by like mental health problems and like addiction problems. And every time I was trying to reason with my dad, he would just be like, well, my dad was homeless one time and he did this and that. My dad fucked me up, dude. Like my dad's the reason for all this. My dad. And like I said, every time he would abuse me, he would try to get me to feel sympathy for him because his dad was worse. And it's
I feel you. It's not a get out of jail free card.
It's not, and my God, did he try to treat it like a get out of jail free card? And
I feel you, bro. I understand that feeling too.
I haven't spoken to my dad in almost 4 years, and I think the last conversation we had, I was like, and don't you think about bringing up your dad? I've heard everything about it.
Yeah.
I like you're not allowed to use it as a get out of jail free card nowadays. Like, I see right through that shit. You use it as a way to not have to feel bad about the abuse that you gave on me. And when I gave that boundary, he gave up and didn't like want to reason with me anymore. So I was like, I think a lot of it has to do with his dad.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I had to jump in there to use the restroom. I'll get you another roll right now. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I was gonna run up. My bad. That's why I kept looking to see if you were gonna go in there. I was gonna be like, wait. No, you're good. All right, cool, for sure.
Nice. That finishes the toilet paper segment.
Yeah, dude. No, hey, I just didn't want him to go in there struggling. But no, dude, I feel you, bro.
Yeah, like I would say it was mostly his dad. Like my dad never shit talked about anyone else really in his family, like his mom a little bit, but it was mostly just stuff like, my mom's dumb, my mom's an idiot, like, but it was his dad that, like, I think, like,
was his dad like super Mexican?
Yeah, very Mexican. Dang. And he was my grandpa. I never met my grandpa ever, mostly because my dad like kept me away from him, but like my dad always said that he was always in jail, he was always like stealing stuff, he was always getting in fights with people, and whatnot. So
see, that's crazy, because like, and of course, like, I'm not like giving him an excuse for it, but like there is a context to where you could see like how people kind of what's the word, end up the way they are.
Like I have a huge belief that no one's a bad person for no reason. No one just wakes up and decides I'm gonna do a lot of horrible shit. Like, I do truly believe everyone in this world wants to be a good person, but because of life circumstances and because of things that happen, twist what is like good to them, or like they want to find ways to convince themselves that they're not a bad person. So whenever my dad punches me in the face, he, in a way to not feel guilty about it, he's like, well, my dad did worse, so if anything, I'm a better person for not doing the stuff that my dad did.
And that's his frame of reference.
Yeah, so he just never felt the need to. And like, I remember one of the last things he told me that like really finalized, oh, we're never gonna have a good relationship, is when he finally admitted to like abusing me, but then he said, I don't need your forgiveness because I've already forgiven myself. And I was like, that is like one of the worst things you've ever said.
That's really terrible.
That's some narcissistic ass shit right
Very
there.
narcissistic. And it's like, dude, you spent my whole childhood like shit talking about your dad, but like I think you were shit talking a mirror more than you think you were.
You were
like,
talking to yourself.
Yeah, you were like talking about yourself and just constantly using your dad as projection. So
I feel like it's not that hard just to be a good person.
It's really not.
I feel like you know, if you're gonna have a kid, like just there's some things you don't do.
Yeah.
Like don't beat your kid in the face. Like that's a very common thing to not do.
But there's also, but I think like there's like a lot of work that goes into dealing with yourself before you can be a good person that people don't do.
Yeah, it's easy to be a good person, but it's hard to be a good person while not letting your trauma get in the way. Because I can tell my dad was a very traumatized person, like a very fucked up person. But the problem was he ignored it. He never went to therapy for it. And he never, like you said, he was narcissistic. So he never allowed himself to take criticism from other people. He just like, so like there needs to be a lot of humility that you have to accept in your life before you're a good person.
Over here, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm assuming your dad was probably in similar veins.
Yeah, my dad was all right compared to what you're telling me about your dad. My dad never beat me. He just like was really I don't know. He just like had a way of just.
You said he was narcissistic too.
Yeah,
right?
he kind of just had a way of
just like not blaming himself or.
Yeah, exactly. Because his dad was fucked up too.
Yeah.
So my dad would kind of treat me like shit when I was a kid, but because he didn't. He wasn't beating me down or threatening to send me back to Mexico like them.
I do hear that that's a lot of like threats that
not back to Mexico,
like, or just like immigrant families in general. Just I'm taking you back, like, or
they're like, if you don't, fuck you, I'll take you back. Yeah, so don't get me wrong, my grandpa was a fucking interesting guy. I'll say that. I love you, Grandpa Hugo, but damn it. But
damn.
No, but like, yeah, no, me and my dad are cool. But like over the years, I've kind of realized if you asked me like 2-3 years ago if my dad's narcissistic, I'd say hell yeah. But now I think I'd say he's not narcissistic, but he has narcissistic qualities to himself, because I'm starting to see them kind of fall off of him. So my dad's doing better. I'll give him that.
I do think within age, people will start, especially when they realize that they're in their 50s and they realize their social life has like dropped drastically. Yeah. Like I think that's the first realization of, oh, maybe I was kind of a douchebag the first 40 years of my life.
Dead ass, dude. So I will say, just like in the context, because I wanted to bring this up, in the context of like my dad and like being like Mexican and what that means. Yeah. My dad kind of like gatekeeped like his Mexican shit to himself, meaning like he was Mexican as fuck, but he would like take me to Mexican shit, and then be like, yeah, you're not Mexican enough for this, huh?
Oh my god. So he was kind of flexing it, but he was also still just kind of keeping it away from you, but not because he hated it, but he was like, oh no, you're not ready for this shit.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like he would. So okay, here's the thing. So like on my mom's side, my grandpa, we lived with my grandma and my grandpa forever because they're all from the same neighborhood where we're from. So my grandpa and his homies were all like Mexican as shit, so I still grew up with them, but for some reason they all spoke like pretty decent English. So we didn't learn, me like my homies, like we didn't learn Spanish when we were kids. I learned later in life. But the thing is, like, I still grew up like fucking pretty raza. But then because I didn't really meet my dad officially till I was like 5. So then he started taking me to like his family stuff, and they spoke Spanish and this, and he started taking me to El Paso and Juarez and all this, and which I enjoyed. So ironically, he was like putting me in all these really Mexican spaces and then telling me I'm not Mexican enough for it. Jesus. But in a way, like all those traditions and stuff and all those spaces are kind of like influencing me too, like become a part of my life. And
because was his goal to have that be your goal, was to eventually become Mexican enough to be a part of the spaces?
I don't know. I think what your dad was trying to do was trying to like tough you up in his version of it.
Yeah, I guess.
Because here's the thing that I've noticed from all of us, from your family and my family and all of us together, but like you and I, like our family is predominantly female.
Oh, that's true.
And
yeah.
a lot of your dad's family is predominantly male.
Very
so
true.
very, very different energies going on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Because we have a bunch of aunts that come from our one good great grandma that was born in Mexico, and she moved in during the 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. So maybe like they definitely were trying to toughen me up because I mean, I needed it as a kid, but
Yeah.
like now I'm tough, you know. And then like, but now I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like I grew up doing this shit too with my grandpa though. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
The only
Yeah,
difference
yeah.
is that like we had the same everything, except we didn't. The English and Spanish was more mixed, I guess,
Right.
for us. Like growing up with my mom's side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. It's just interesting how like we kind of have relationships with like cultural things. Like we all have like a different access to it.
Yeah. I mean, it
Sammy's-
just shows that it's not black and white. so-
Exactly. It's a big gray area. Sammy's Mexican,
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that in the last episode of the cast.
but look at him.
I mean,
I have a very interesting upbringing
Yeah.
in my life. I was raised by mostly white people for the first few years of my life.
was it like step parents or
No, like my dad is white and my mom is half. So my mom is half white, half Mexican. So
Okay,
even at that age too, like she was also the outlier of the family.
Right.
But you know, like she speaks perfect Spanish, like perfect. And my parents, they met in the military. And my mom was still in the military. My dad got out like 4 years or 3 years after he did his contract. My mom did like 12. So my mom was kind of the breadwinner, and my dad just kind of just stayed in a trailer as I was also living there too, because I couldn't be with my mom when she was being stationed to other places like Italy or
Really?
Kuwait. Yeah.
Because I remember me and my sister were forced to go anywhere my dad was stationed when we were growing up. Was it because your parents weren't married or?
yeah, I think at that point, well, that's a good question. I don't know why I didn't go with my mom, but also my mom was working constantly, so she couldn't really take care of me unless she like hired a babysitter
I see,
at that
yeah,
place.
yeah.
And I don't know what the state of the military was like.
And I bet you your
during
dad
that
just
time.
it was probably just
My dad was
better.
lazy.
Exactly. It was probably just better that your dad didn't go to fucking Kuwait or wherever.
Yeah, no, because originally my mom wanted to make it work. Like she asked my dad if, hey, let's move to Italy. I got stationed there. How about you come and bring Sam? And my dad said, no, we're gonna be here. So my mom was just in Italy by herself, while
my
I was
God.
just in Texas with my dad, staying in his fuck ass trailer.
God damn.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the thing. And then like my whole family, like I was born in Texas, so my
Yeah.
dad is from Texas. He's super white. His grandparents are also super white. So I grew up in the farm sticks of Texas.
Right.
And then it wasn't until I finally moved to Alamogordo where my mom got out of the military, got a job there, and then I got to stay with these guys more.
Yeah. Because when we were little, me and Sam were always cool
Yeah.
because.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we were always tight. So every time she would come from Texas, she would bring Sam, and that was like the coolest shit ever. But then when Sammy was moving to Alamo,
Oh my God! It was like every weekend,
dude.
Every weekend was like a party.
yeah, we were always
that's
together.
dope.
But what's interesting is like Sammy low-key did get a little bit more beamed up being
Yeah.
back with us.
It comes with the territory. You just adapt to like the environments that
Yeah.
are around you.
And they're not like our family, how we're related, like our network of family. They're more like Chicano, more like Mexican American.
Yeah.
So they were
yeah.
already more like that, but still like compared to where he was growing up. So Sammy
yeah.
Sammy has a weird mix too.
Yeah.
Sammy's a weird little guy.
Yeah, I'm in that weird zone where like because I was a military brat, I was moving every 2 years, so I never really had an environment to adapt to. So like even though I'm Mexican, I still don't really know what like style I've adapted to. I don't like have like a structured like thing that I can say that I
Really?
like
That
really
you
cling
are.
on to. Yeah.
Like almost like a culture that you just can't really identify with.
Yeah.
I'm the same way too. Like I can't really identify with too many things. I'm just
Yeah.
There's a lot of subsects. There's a lot of under factions into every part.
and honestly, I don't need to identify with anything. I'm perfectly
Yeah.
fine with just being Igloo.
Yeah, like it's not a requirement or anything, but like you see so many people celebrating culture because America's like just such a huge melting pot.
Yeah.
that it does make you feel like the odd one out, just not having.
Yeah.
Well, you're just Cali, bro.
At this point, yeah, I mean it's about to be 5 years that I've lived there, so
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, so you never lived in San Diego?
no.
Oh,
my dad
shit,
was
okay.
from San Diego, so so born in Jacksonville, moved to Tampa, then to Guam, then to Japan, then back to Florida. Then I moved to Italy, then back to Florida, and then I moved to LA in 2021 to work for the Living Tombstone full time.
That makes sense. I don't know why I think it's because you said that you went to Tijuana when you were a kid.
Yeah, that was when we visited our grandma. Like we took vacations to San Diego to visit my grandma, and then during that vacation we would drive from San Diego to Tijuana.
Nice.
Yeah, which I liked Tijuana. It was fun. It was chaotic as hell, but
bet,
it was fun. Yeah.
Tijuana's like a huge brothel city.
Yeah. It was how I learned strip clubs existed.
Nice.
Because I have like this distinct memory of me being like 7 years old or something, and I saw these stairs going up to like a nightclub, but it said Pussycats on it, and I thought my wholesome child brain thought it was a cat store. It was for
like
cats.
The band.
Yeah. So I remember screaming to my parents, guys, I want to see the Pussycats, and then my mom got really mad, and my dad was like, there's naked ladies up there. Want to see some naked ladies? And my mom was like, Lewis, stop.
Your dad was kind of with it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but like as a joke. But like my mom was like, no, stop. And then I was like, what? And then in my head I was traumatized. I was like, why would there be naked ladies up there? And then like the concept of a strip club just
You're
like
just fucking there, just rubbing your temples.
Yeah.
You go up there thinking you're being like just like a band, and then you see everything like.
and then Tijuana is also where I learned that you have to pay to use the bathroom in some places. Like,
That's nuts. I don't remember that in Juarez
it
at
was
all.
it was like 50 cents to use a urinal and like $1.50 to use a stall.
They did that in Germany.
Yeah,
They
I remember
did,
that.
yeah.
I remember that when we went.
Yeah, but like every street corner would be like, hey, we have cleaner restrooms than 2 blocks away, but it's gonna cost you.
Oh.
And like that was a selling point. Was like, our bathroom's actually clean. Like,
Damn,
I was
that's
like,
tight.
really?
Oh yeah, shout out capitalism, baby. What's up?
And then there was all the street beggars, like, but like Mexican homeless people were interesting because they always had a product to sell.
Yeah.
It wasn't American homelessness where they were just asking for money. It was all these kids that had such talent of like crafting these wooden bobbleheads. Like I still have these like wooden like turtle toys where like the heads are bobbing back and
That's
forth.
sick.
And they would have these in like this box that was used for oranges, like those orange cardboard boxes, and they would just have all these turtle bobbleheads that they were selling for like 50 cents.
That's cool, man.
And
People
it
be
was
selling shit over there.
yeah, it was like Mexican homelessness was always, I don't want to say capitalistic, but like they always had something to provide. It wasn't always just simply give me money. It was, hey, for your money, have one of these bobbleheads I made. And
That's cool, bro.
yeah, so like
Did you
that
ever-
fascinated me.
I remember going to like, I don't know how, I've never been to TJ, but when I was little and we'd go to Juarez all the time, my dad would take me to the market, and we would buy like little monos and like wrestlers. Did you ever get into the wrestling?
No, I didn't, but I always saw them like in the scene, because in Tijuana
Hell
there's
yeah.
like little stands on every single block, whether
Hell yeah,
it's food
okay.
or toys
Okay.
or clothes. Yeah, so I would see them there.
That was my favorite part about going to Juarez, dude.
Yeah.
Because I would always come with, where we were from, dude, like I had cousins all over this neighborhood where I grew up. And then so we would come back with like masks. We were all into wrestling, and we would like pretend we were like luchadors.
I surprisingly never got into wrestling. Like wrestling was always on growing up because everyone else was into wrestling, but I don't know, it just never clicked with me.
It's okay.
I respect the shit out of it, don't get me wrong, but yeah, like it was
so
just
extra,
never.
dude. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Not even WWE, really, like Mexican fighters. Like
yeah, like one of the YouTubers I used to work for, Matt McMuscles, there were times where he would just go to Mexico just to go to those shows.
That's
and
awesome.
he's from Canada, so like just knowing this Canadian just going to Mexico to like
Hell
see
yeah.
these shows was hilarious.
That's sick.
But yeah, I always felt like the odd one out for not being into wrestling. I feel like literally everyone I know but me is into wrestling.
Really, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't get into WWE as a kid. I really couldn't. I would like to watch like the old movies and stuff. I was into that throwback shit. And
I
We
do
went to
want.
Rocky for a little bit.
oh, I'm still into Rocky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Rocky's tight, bro. Are you kidding? Rocky's like that's probably one of my top 5 favorite movies. The hero's journey, baby. Underdog. he didn't win at the end, but he won for himself, baby.
Yeah, I saw the first Rocky movie for the first time last year.
How did you feel?
I liked it. It was fun. I felt inspired. That was absolutely not Philadelphia they filmed it in, but
Yeah, it wasn't.
it was just a set, but the set was clearly New York, but they just pretended it was Philadelphia.
Oh hell yeah!
Which is funny, but now I know what the whole Adrian like reference was, because I would hear people scream that my whole life, and I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Dang,
and then
really?
when I heard him scream it, like, it just a big light bulb in my head. I was like, this is what like 20 years of like everyone around me screaming Adrian. It was like, Adrian,
Dang, so
I did it.
Of course, the scene when they're at the freaking where the Rocky statue is.
The stairs, yeah, that was
The stairs was in
Philadelphia.
Philly.
But like watching it for the first time.
I guess it does look hella New York. You're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, like where the boxing gym is in the corner.
Like I was like, oh, this is just a set for New York.
What studio made that movie?
I don't know.
Rocky.
I don't know.
Because I think they might. Because I know at Universal Studios they have like a soundstage that is exact replica of like New York.
Oh, okay.
So they might have filmed
really?
it there. Yeah. Because when I took the VIP tour to Universal Studios, and you gotta take that VIP tour. That shit's sick.
For real?
Yeah. They take you in the back lot of Universal Studios, which is right behind the actual park, which I didn't know.
Where like actual
the actual
shows
movie
get filmed
studios.
and everything.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're saying that all of Rocky was filmed on a set?
I have no proof of it, but it just feels that way.
Really?
Like
Even the exterior shots?
yeah, I've been on enough sets in person, and I've like watched enough movies that were filmed on sets where it just feels like that was not filmed outside, with the exception of the training montage and like the actual wrestling scenes.
Yeah.
But like all the scenes of him walking down the streets of the
Really?
suburbs like felt like a set.
Yeah. Well, that would make more sense. You know, you don't want to like.
I guess you're right.
I'm assuming like if they shot everything in LA, it'd be more expensive just to take all that crap to Philadelphia for the shoots.
Yeah,
and it's
or like ask a Philadelphia neighborhood to reserve it for that movie.
Yeah,
like no one go outside. We're shooting for this.
It's 100% easier just to do everything on a set versus on location.
Yeah,
which
you're
I
right.
don't mind
All the
that. Like
time.
that's just how it is. But like it just hilariously looks like New York.
You got some time, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Or are we
it
on
does
short
really
on time?
because now that you say that, it does feel very New Yorkish. But also, I don't know, man, budgets. But then again, who knows?
I mean, I could be wrong. Like I said, I have no proof. But
I feel like no, I know what you mean though, because I've definitely worked on some streaming series before, and like after I've seen like how like fabricated everything is,
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, there ain't no fucking way like they're really filming in a house. You know what I mean?
It's like when everyone learns that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was filmed in Los Angeles.
That's crazy shit.
Movie magic, man. That's
Yeah.
That's real shit. Like,
Or like
making something work.
I mean, hell, even some movies that claim to be filmed in LA is just filmed in Vancouver in British Columbia.
Or even in Albuquerque, bro. People are fucking making some crazy shit happen in Albuquerque right now.
I watched a documentary recently for a art collective called when am I blanking? It was like an art scene that George R.R. Martin like had some investment in.
Sigil
Really?
Cult?
I hold on, it's on my letterbox list because I log everything like a
No.
I log
Shout out Sigil Cult. I want you to do something with this weirdo.
I log all my movies like a dork. Meow Wolf.
Meow Wolf. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I watched a documentary about that group, and like they were saying the same thing that you were saying, how they took advantage of how like little of a scene Albuquerque had, so they kind of capitalized on it like while it was hot, and then now they have like all these. They have the Omega Mart in Las Vegas. They have all these other like ones around the country. I think there's one in Milwaukee.
There's one in Denver.
Yeah, one in Denver. I think Denver was the one I was thinking of.
Hell yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, and you know what though? Like, I had to get out of Albuquerque for my own reasons, but like I definitely want to go back and work because there's a lot to offer, like creatively. Like if you're ever like in a dry rut, if you need to write a script, get an Airbnb in New Mexico for like 2 weeks, bro. Like you're gonna feel.
There was another movie I saw a few years ago called Jethica, like Jethica, and that was all filmed in New Mexico, and the director was there for a Q&A, because like LA always has these pop-up Q&A events where there's only like 4 people in the audience and suddenly the director's there.
Hell yeah.
And like he was just talking about how much he loves New Mexico and how much it's like a really like inspirational place for him.
It's
so
the way I look at it, like you're going back to a place where the world is fucking. I knew it. I knew he was deep throating the mic behind me.
I was just seeing what the audio waves looked like on that.
I knew he was deep throating. You know what? I didn't hear nothing. I saw the look in your eyes, and I know what a human looks like when they see Igloo deep throat a mic.
What did my face look like?
It just looked like exactly like.
Saw the reflection in his glasses.
No. Just kind of confused, but also like
It's like, what is he fucking
He's
doing?
invested.
no. But I think when you go back to places like that, you kind of just you're stepping back in time because like it's just nothing but small towns, and Albuquerque and Santa Fe are like the only really big cities over there.
Yeah.
So you're kind of stepping back in time, and you're able to kind of breathe. And I feel like that creative channel
Right.
kind of just fucking
Which a lot of people need, because like whenever my bosses write albums, they like go to Malibu, because like I heard Malibu's like the escape from LA, but it's
Really?
like but now I'm just thinking, well, just go to New Mexico then if you really want to isolate yourself.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, man. I love it. I'm so happy I moved back to New Mexico for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
For when the economy low-key getting worse,
Right.
so it's better over there. And
You had
then
to sell your blood when you were
I was living here. Yeah.
Really?
I was selling
Shit.
plasma, and then
You ever done that before, Jab?
No, but my partner has. But I'm terrified of needles. So like,
it's rough.
I've donated blood because that's just a minute-long process. But I learned that you have to watch a movie while you're donating plasma because it's
What?
like a 90-minute process.
Oh man.
So they're always like so like whenever my partner donates whenever my partner donates plasma, they strategically sit you in front of a TV screen and they like give you Netflix and you can choose stuff, and it's like a whole tube in your arm, and it takes like an hour and a half to like get it out. So like and because I've donated blood before, Red Cross loves to am I giving you PTSD? Like,
You give an anxiety attack.
no, bro. The first time I did
you're
it,
not.
the first time I did it is because my blood like. I fucking like started getting hella lightheaded, and I was just like, oh.
yeah, and that's another thing is like my partner like almost fainted one time because of it.
Shit.
And what is the?
Dude,
It's
give me
just
this
a fan I
Give me
found.
this for
Oh,
work.
it's
Huh?
Give me this for work.
I
That's
thought
a-
that was yours.
that's a very industrial looking.
Oh, is that not
fan.
yours?
No.
Oh, that's probably our roommates.
And what makes matters worse is like, because I donated blood in the past, Red Cross is like, I don't want to say predatory because donating blood and plasma is a good thing, but goddamn, do they email you every fucking day about plasma shortages?
I get those
and,
too.
Yeah, and I accidentally like crashed out on the Red Cross employee because they'll call your phone unprompted, and this guy was like, we want to know if you want to come back and donate blood. And I was like, yeah, I think I have some time. And then he was like, all right, what time in this was last year. And I was like, what time in May do you have? And I was like, oh, I'm actually doing this and this for May. Then he like interrupted me and harshly said, okay, fine, June. How about that? And then I just went, dude, fuck you. And I hung up on him. And I was like, dude, I know there's a blood crisis right now, but like, I'm trying to work with you. Don't yell at me.
Dude, even like something about it just felt like, looking back at it now, at the time I didn't care, but looking back at it now, like something about it just feels off. Like, hey, everybody come in here and we'll fucking poke you and we'll fucking take your life force out of you.
Yeah, and we're so desperate we'll give you a $20 Amazon gift card afterwards. Like, it's not donating anymore. Now we'll just give you money.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. And like the thing about it is like, it was rough.
What is plasma used for? Like, what's the difference between just plasma and blood?
You might know this more than I do. I don't know.
There's like, I think there's like a certain property that's already in your blood, but when it comes out, they're taking like half of the blood, like half of like the property of your blood.
Because don't they put it back in you
Yeah,
afterwards?
yeah, because then they put the blood that you need back into you.
Okay.
And then, but they take like the blood that you have that you can regenerate and then donate it to someone that needs it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
and you are saving lives when you do it, and I do think people should do it, but goddamn, does that process terrify me?
Dude,
I mean, I hope it's going to like just to someone who needs it. Fuck me if it's going to some dude who's using the blood plasma to make his life just longer. It's just like some crony.
But sometimes like
some business crony.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
need more plasma. I must live another extra decade.
Yeah, that's why it feels kind of weird after hearing all the shit that's been coming out in the world. Like, I'm kind of like,
Like, I hope it's going to people who need it.
I hope it's going to, like, I hope there's not, like, they're not doing weird shit with it somewhere.
Yeah, like I think if they were, we would have heard something about it by now.
Yeah, you're right.
It'd be crazy if they're like vampires.
That's what I'm saying, fool.
That just need it. It's like, all right, well, we can't kill people now because that'll get us in trouble. So let's just donate it. Let's get them to donate it for us.
That'll get us.
That
in
would
trouble.
make so much sense.
Yeah, we're
But you know what? Then that would be like if the world was like in a more mystical context, like that could be something like, hey, it's your year to donate plasma so that way the vampires don't fuck us up. You know what I mean? Unless we could have just killed them all.
Yeah, it's probably like maybe 5 vampires left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they're like in charge of the deep state.
Yeah, but thankfully they're not out right now because it's daytime.
Fuck yeah, fuck those assholes.
Who would be a vampire? I think Jeff Bezos might be one.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could see Mark Zucks being one.
Kevin O'Leary.
I can't see him being it, and
Are you
neither.
for real?
Yeah, only because like he goes outside.
Yeah,
Like,
he does
There's
go
pictures
outside.
of him like, you know, on a surfboard, just like doing his shit in Hawaii or whatever.
that's true.
And then there's Elon Musk, who's like that famous picture of Elon Musk where like his chest is like expanded like 2 times.
yeah,
and he's
Yeah,
just on a
true.
boat.
that's some vampire shit. It's like I've never seen anyone's stomach like
Protrude that much.
Yeah, just
But he's outside too, so I don't know. Maybe you don't die from the sun.
But
Like,
what if
Yeah.
like there's like that's all Hollywood and like the real vampires are like, huh, these guys think we can't go outside.
that might be
That's all
true.
Hollywood.
But also, when have you ever seen Elon Musk in someone's house? Because vampires have to be invited in.
That's true.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I've
You ever
never
just
seen
seen him
it.
posted up at his boy's crib? Yeah, you're right.
Same with Zuckerberg. I've only ever seen Zuckerberg in his own house.
So maybe that one's true. Maybe certain like superstitions are true.
Well, why would Elon Musk go to someone else's house?
I don't know. To
Chill.
just chill, hang out, prove to people that he has friends and people actually like him.
Dude,
He doesn't need to do any of that. He could just.
bro, but isn't Elon Musk kind of lame?
He's super
Yeah.
lame. He ruins my favorite website,
Which website?
Twitter. He
that's true.
he bought Twitter in 2022 and ruined
That's
it.
right.
And
Yeah, he did do
Called
that.
it X.
now it's X, the everything app, and now all my friends left it to go to Blue Sky and Tumblr and stuff. And like before Elon bought it, Twitter was like the center of the internet universe for like the longest time. It was like if you weren't on Twitter, you were missing out, and now it just feels like a husk of what it once was.
That's very true. Because I remember Twitter was like a big thing when I was in college.
Yeah, everyone was on it. Like I remember my senior year of high school, our teachers were trying to get us to read, and it was like, "Don't you guys read on Facebook?" And one kid was like, "No, it's all about Twitter now." And
All about Twitter. huh?
everyone started laughing and
All
stuff.
about tweets, homie. I think I still think I like Instagram the best. I like the layout. I feel like I just like it the best.
Objectively, I think it's the best. I mean, Instagram Reels feels like Live Leak these days.
They post anything.
Yeah,
on Instagram.
my friends, if
except
Reels
for porn, which is weird.
Yeah.
I see some gray line porn. Like I see a lot of bait for like fetishes and stuff.
Yeah, but it's a
lot of bait, but not the fucking full course.
Yeah, I don't see full on porn, but I see a lot of like videos of like girls showing their feet just to get them to
I see
be the
people
guys
dying on
to.
Instagram Reels. The fuck.
They'll
Yeah,
show
no.
they'll show gore, but not sex.
That's what's crazy, bro. On Instagram, you'll see a lot of like fucked up shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Whereas on Twitter, you'll probably just see everything now.
Well, yeah, like Twitter is both porn and gore, so a little bit of everything. The everything app.
Have you guys seen on TikTok how like the cartel utilizes TikTok to recruit
Yeah,
people?
I've seen a few cartel propaganda TikToks.
That's crazy.
I've also seen both people that claim they're in North Korea and they're secretly uploading TikToks on like these 144p cameras, but I'm also seeing TikToks of the North Korea that you don't hear about, and it's just people having fun at the beach and like
What?
people at all these restaurants.
There was one TikTok account I followed, and it wasn't like an advert or like propaganda for North Korea itself. It was just like, I think what it was like some rich North Korean kid who just had a cell phone and was going around places and filming areas of North Korea, because there you could see like the rural parts of North Korea, but there's no sound, there's no captions. It's just I'm looking at a North Korean dig in the dirt for some food that he can't find.
Because what a lot of people don't realize is when people visit North Korea, you have to get on a train in Beijing, and then the train takes you from Beijing to Pyongyang. But that's a 6-hour train ride where in between Beijing and Pyongyang, you're just seeing fields. where all these like people are like making maybe like $100 a year just working on these farms, and you'll maybe see one car in like that whole span of like 5 or 6 hours.
It isn't until you get to Pyongyang and then everything. I mean, it's a big city, but
yeah, then Pyongyang,
there's nothing there.
Pyongyang is in North Korea, that the only part of North Korea that non-North Koreans are allowed to see. And even then, Pyongyang doesn't have anything. Every building is a ghost town. There's no one there. Like, it's just it's just
Such an interesting country.
Yeah, it's just a thing for American tourists to be like shown to, and the only privacy you have is in your hotel room. If you ever leave your hotel room, there has to be a guide with you to go anywhere that you want to go, so you don't see that part of North Korea. But like, yeah, like the rest of North Korea is just these really unkept farms and all these poor people living in slums, living in adobe buildings with all the dirt buildings that you see out in the desert. Like,
and are those people? Do you think those? There's no way that all those people are really loyal to Kim Jong Un, are they? Or Kim Jong
No, but they are brainwashed from a very early age.
They are brainwashed to think that they are gods, and I can't say that all of North Korea does this, but if you live in Pyongyang or a city, you have to have a framed picture of Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un, and you have to clean it every day because
There
people
are inspectors who come.
Yeah,
and
inspectors
up.
come, and if there's even a speck of dirt on or a speck of dust on those frames, you get arrested and you go to North Korean jail.
Is that where you got that from, Sam?
What?
Is that why you make me have a portrait of you in my room?
Yes.
Did you inspect it?
Listen, no, it's not just that. It's also to teach you the discipline, how to keep your time track, and also to show your love and loyalty to me. So it's under the whole umbrella.
Cool.
So you're doing a good job so
Yeah,
far.
so you got young igloo propaganda.
I fucking wish. I would love this. Honestly, that's actually a good idea. I should
what
should
sucks?
sell that.
What sucks, but what's also really cool is like propaganda art is tough as fuck.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I love the way it looks.
Yeah.
You used to have a lot of propaganda inspired art, huh? Like that you would put on your.
Like we were like when I was an edgy kid, we were really like into like the Russian state or whatever, because it was I don't know what it was. It was either just the marching or the sounds that they make were
yeah,
super
the music
dope.
is crazy too.
Yeah.
But like the way like visually, it's pretty tight.
It's a tough aesthetic for sure, but when you understand the history of it behind it, it's terrible.
It's awful. But but like you said, like it comes out with some of the best art, whether it's propaganda or people trying to vent about the propaganda they were disguised with. Like I always hear a bunch of rebel art from all these countries dealing with war. Like I learned there's a bunch of like rebellious Israeli hip hop that's like against Benjamin Netanyahu. And
there's a lot of Jewish homies that are very, very against what's happening.
Yeah, they call themselves anti-Zionist.
Yeah,
Jews.
anti-Zionist because they're still Jews, but they're they're so against what it's doing. So like I like listen to a bunch of hip hop that they make for like and rebellious towards it, and I've listened to a lot of Russian rebellious like music that they have towards their leader and stuff. Like it's crazy what propaganda can make some of the best art. Oh my god, really, on both sides. Just kidding. What's up, dude?
But there was a time I was pretty addicted to North Korean like facts. Like I would watch all those channels that like somehow got connected to a North Korean satellite, and they would show how like all the cable was literally just reason number 700 on why Kim Jong-un rules. Like it was like that's just all it was.
Is that where you got that from?
What?
Is that why you make me watch little YouTube clips? You send me videos on a private YouTube link about why you're awesome.
Yeah.
Do you upload clips on like unlisted channels?
So this way, I have like an image of my head, and it's just talking to the camera, be like, "You love me, and there's like the background of like the swirls going around. It's like, "You love me, you love Young Igloo, keep loving Young Igloo."
God, we're learning some inside secrets on how you're the co-host of this show.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Sissy Hypno, but for me.
Sissy Hypno,
yeah,
but for
and that's what makes me loyal to a blinding degree.
And you sound chill about it. So
yeah, it's pretty chill. It's pretty nice.
How I used Sissy Hypno. It's just a way to describe.
Have you seen that shit where like I don't know what it was. I think it was a journalist that snuck into North Korea. They were like filming these North Koreans who like smuggled in like media from the United States. There was like there were like DVDs of like our movies and stuff.
Yeah,
and like, they're all in there like
people got arrested because they had Squid Game on flash drives.
That's crazy.
And like Squid Game has its fair share of like North Korean criticism and stuff. Yeah. And Like there's one character that was a North Korean expat where she was like talking about the country and everything, and then there's a couple North Koreans that escaped the country and now are big spokespeople in America. I forgot who the big one was, but there's this North Korean girl that was on Joe Rogan recently. Something starts with a Y.
Oh man, her stories fucking make my toes
terrible.
Yeah, make my toes curl.
Yeah, she like did a few series where she like reacted to some parts of Squid Game and like other parts of North Korean stuff and confirmed if it was a real thing. And she was confirming, like they train a lot of men from like early age to like be strong enough where they just hit their head on a cinder block and the cinder block just disintegrates. Like they like show just all like these awful abusive like physical practices they make the dudes go through.
Dang, dude, that's crazy, and that really just depletes you as a man too.
Yeah, and it's like, man, as busted as this country is, as much as I'm not proud of being an American, I'm very not proud to be an American right now, but goddamn, at least I'm not North Korean. Like I always remind myself that it could be way worse. Like
absolutely,
I could be trapped in North Korea, I could be trapped in Palestine, and my house can be bombed any day. Like I always have to remind myself, as much as this country sucks, at least I'm safe to a degree compared to other
I've been saying that every time I fill up gas, because it's been a fucking chingo de dinero, bruh. So like every time I put gas in, it's like $70. I'm like, golly. But I'm like, at least I'm not getting bombed.
Yeah, like all the stuff that we complain about is more just economics, whereas like at least I can go to my house and like I find out like I'm not seeing my house being like guarded by all these fucking IDF soldiers and like
terrible.
So like it just reminds ourselves
Israel's really
evil.
They're not
Such
doing
an evil country,
they're not doing cool shit right now.
Yeah.
Poor everybody, really, because if you think about it, they have like a lot of like the Israeli people brainwashed too.
Oh yeah, from birth as well as like, oh hey, this country next to us like constantly wants us dead, so we have to do everything we can to extinguish their population.
The propaganda in Israel is insane. Like they're taught at a very young age, like this is the only safe place for us. Everywhere else they do not like us.
Yeah.
And then they do a lot of shit to make that.
And it's kind of true to a sense too. Like everybody does not like them.
Yeah. And
Israel, bro, because like Jewish people, I'm sure they're like a lot of them are chill.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a majority of Jewish people aren't even Israeli. There's European Jews, there's American Jews,
true.
like African Jews. So
Chinese Jews.
That's where the anti-Zionists like.
It's more like it's more of an issue of nationalism. Really.
Yeah. So
but they play into the Jewish thing as a whole.
Yeah.
It seems like
And they claim that they're like the main like Jewish like part, and then the rest of the Jews around the world are like, no, you're not. like leave us alone.
What about the ones in Brooklyn? Yeah.
No, that's crazy, bro. Just the fact, that's what I love about like being in like that's the one thing I love about cities, like for real, is that there's so many pockets and enclaves of different people.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a lot of Cubans in parts of Phoenix where I've been. There's a lot of people from Africa. Like it's really interesting to see like how communities kind of just set up shop.
Are you getting like 20 text messages or? All right. But yeah, no, living in Los Angeles is interesting because I live in Beverly Hills, which is a very Jewish like part of LA. But like I'll like turn left and it's all these like Jewish like businesses and stuff. But then I turn right, all Persian.
Really?
And it's like that's crazy that like I can literally just a direction I turn just becomes like a completely different get up.
There's a lot of Iranians over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Iranians.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, there's a little Armenia that I go to sometimes. But yeah, so that's one thing I have to remind myself is like, we at least have the privilege of our lives not being in danger daily. Like there was a YouTuber I was watching that visited the West Bank in Palestine, and like we just hear all these sirens, and there's a guy just smoking a cigarette casually outside of the store he owns.
It's just part of it.
Yeah, he was like what are all these sirens? And the guy like takes a big whiff of his cigarette and goes, this is just life here, man. This is just what this country's like. And they're so desensitized, and it's so crazy. And all these kids, these like 7-year-old boys are just walking back home from school, just not being phased at all these sirens.
In the West Bank?
Yeah, in the West. Well, the West Bank like gets some shit too.
Yeah.
So like when they hear the sirens, they just have no.
Because Gaza's pretty much fucking.
Gaza's a parking lot. Like Gaza's destroyed. Like it's crazy that they just got away with it just being just a flat land now.
That's fucking nuts. Because like I was like, damn. So like there's someone I had to make sure we were talking about the right thing.
I just got news.
What?
What's that?
They hit the Twin Towers again.
Wait, what?
They built them up just today, and they came down.
Damn. Was that performative 9/11 or?
Yeah,
It was a political statement.
it was a political statement.
It was an art piece.
Do you guys think they're really? I don't know, man. My life is so fucking. It's a whirlwind right now. I feel like Mr. Krabs in that meme where he's all.
Oh yeah.
So I was about to ask you about that Citibank thing, where like someone that's tapped in, that was supposedly tapped in with the 9/11 conspiracy, just bought a big old Citibank building in LA, and people are saying that like they're getting ready to do another attack or something.
Oh, I missed that one. I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, they said that someone that was like that owned the Twin Towers, or someone that like had stake in the Twin Towers.
Yeah, it was some Jewish dude. I forget his name, but I remember people bringing that up about like
Like they put like an insurance policy out on the building.
Yeah, they put a terrorist insurance on it. Like he bought the building like 2 months before it happened. Terrorist insurance.
We got terrorist insurance.
It was something like that where like he bought the Twin Towers 2 months before it happened, and he bought an insurance for it because he said it's good to have just in case.
Just in case a couple Arabs decide to fly some planes in, we want to make sure.
It's a part of that conspiracy of like 9/11 being an inside job of like, why did this man like very coincidentally buy this building and got insurance for any attacks that got put on it like 2 months before it happened.
So they're saying that guy bought another building in LA.
Yeah.
Recently.
Okay, if it's the same guy, then I think I did hear about the story. Yeah.
And they're saying that like, because like the FBI just dropped, they said that like Iranians were looking to attack on U.S. soil. And then the Iranians put a statement out saying, no, we're not. We don't want to destroy the people. It's just the government. They're like, we don't want to do that. And the FBI was like, yeah, they do.
Oh, shit. Can I crash on your couch when this happens?
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. I just forgot you lived over there. Fuck. My bad. I didn't mean to
fucking... take another Greyhound to Phoenix. And
well, what would they hit?
The building, he got a big ass Citibank building.
It's a pretty tall building in downtown
the U.S.
LA.
Bank Tower. Okay,
U.S. Bank Tower. Sorry, did I say Citibank?
That's an iconic. If they took that down, that'd be really.
Oh, that'd be history. Yeah,
so that's why they're saying like it's gonna be another inside job that's coming.
Well, thankfully downtown LA is like 8 miles away from me, so I just gotta stay home that day.
Hell yeah.
There are definitely like terrorist groups that are planning the next 9/11 for sure, but we just don't know when or what that's gonna happen.
It's definitely gonna happen, and you know what? I'm just gonna say it. We probably deserve it. We at this point
think so.
America or at least Trump has like done so much shit to all these countries. They have every reason to be mad at us.
It just sucks because Trump's not the one taking the L physically.
Yeah, so like it's
gonna be
it's us.
It's all of us. But like
when
what
he's
other
done with office, he's gonna go in his mansion in Malibu and just chill.
And we're still
in the thing happens.
We're
just
still
gonna
in the
be here,
streets,
fucking taking the full heat of it.
Yeah, but it's like I can't even be mad at these countries for bombing us at this point. Like we've given them no reason to not have any sympathy on us. So.
Well, they've given them. We're just making YouTube.
I feel like they can go after other people that isn't just like the country as a whole.
Yeah,
I feel like there's easier people that they know who's the actual problems, and it's not the government, it's people who control our government.
Sure, but like if we were a country that was being bombed constantly, I can't blame us if we weren't thinking that rationally.
If I was
all we're
a terrorist,
thinking is, oh shit, we're getting bombed.
That's true. If I was a terrorist, I wouldn't even go after America. I go after all the I'm not even gonna say because that's probably gonna put me on a list. Honestly.
Well,
I'm not a terrorist. Please don't hurt me. I'm a Mossad.
Because like I remember when Hassan and Osman Gold debated about the Palestine stuff in 2024, and Osman Gold's defense was, "Oh, I have no sympathy for Palestine because they're such a homophobic country," and then Hassan was like, well, that's true, but how can you expect them to focus on minute stuff like that when they really should be focusing on, holy shit, our house is getting bombed every fucking day.
It's like, oh no, our kids are getting sniped.
Yeah,
by
our kids
snipers.
are getting sniped. Like they're not in position to care about social politics like that when their homes are getting destroyed every single day. So when we see countries like Iran or Palestine getting all this stuff, I can't expect them to think that rationally of, oh, we shouldn't just bomb Americans in general. We need to figure out what the problem is. I think they're all in just panic mode of like, we need to figure out a way to get them to stop us, so we just need to do what they did to us, like to them. So like I can't, like, that's the sympathy I have of like they're not in that mode of thinking rationally. They're just thinking we need to just do the same to them because they won't fucking leave us alone. So
Terrible.
L's.
Terrible.
L's, boy.
yeah.
L's in the chat, guys.
L's in the chat. Chat.
in the chat.
You know what? We had this idea where, like, Jesus.
Jesus.
do you like Jesus?
I guess I'm agnostic. I don't know. I wouldn't call myself an atheist, but I'm not necessarily practicing either.
Yeah, so we had this really bad idea where like Jesus comes back, but instead of like being like this, like how you would imagine him, he just gets like caught up in like the day-to-day mundane stuff that we are in.
What if God was one of us?
Yes, exactly. But we do this thing. We had this idea where Jesus becomes a streamer.
Yeah.
And he's all like, guys, W's in the chat, or they're like, guys, what do we say? We're like, should I eradicate? Should I decimate Israel right now? Chat.
Oh, that reminds me of a shirt I saw at Hot Topic. Or no, it wasn't Hot Topic. It was FYE, like years ago, where it showed a picture of Jesus Christ, and below it said 2.6 billion followers.
Fuck yeah.
Like social media followers. So
That's
it's something
cool.
like that.
But like, because they say Jesus is supposed, like, God sent a part of himself, his only son, Jesus Christ, into the world to kind of navigate life as us. Well, if he were to come back now, he would probably be like making some reels, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you
probably doing like some miracles.
I mean, we're seeing
yeah, exactly.
We're seeing shit like the Faithful Sheriff being a peanut VTuber in order to spread Christian ideology out through reels. You probably don't know what that is, but
no, it sounds interesting, and I'm picking up what you're putting down.
It was this Christian pastor Fortnite streamer that was like really right winged and was like luring kids to watch his stream so he can spread Christian rhetoric and stuff.
Really?
But then enough people called him out where he left, and he came back as this little peanut avatar that has a sheriff cap and a gun in the Bible.
Him?
Yeah,
that's the same person.
Same guy. Yeah.
I didn't even know. So he's the burnt peanut. Was that guy?
No. So the burnt peanut is who he's copying. But so the faithful sheriff used to be this guy called Dr. Witnesser, which was just a ripoff of Dr. Disrespect, and then he rebranded as the faithful sheriff, which is another peanut that has a sheriff hat in the Bible, and the burnt peanut was trying to send him into a cease and desist. Because like it's very clear that he's trying to copy the burnt peanut.
Oh wait, so the Faithful Sheriff is a creation of someone else.
It's a ripoff of the burnt peanut. Yeah.
Who made that?
Who made the burnt peanut?
The original one?
No, like the Faithful Sheriff. Because for a second I thought they were the same person.
No. The Faithful Sheriff is made by Dr. Witnesser.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the Christian luring kids through Fortnite.
Yeah, like using Fortnite streams to trick kids into watching him, and then he goes, "Hey, you have a second to talk about this chapter of the Bible or whatever." Which Jehovah's Witnesses do. You
know what caught me off guard with the burnt peanut? Like I didn't start really paying attention to him until like Super Mega made that edit of his character.
Yeah. Which that I'm pretty sure that was just my friend Darwin who runs the Twitter account. Like Super Mega hired one of our YouTube poop boys, so shout out to them. And he's reruns the Twitter account now. So I think that was just Darwin fucking around, and now Faithful Sheriff is trying to sue them.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Huh? 3. I can see the time.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's
dumbass.
Well, it's good we brought up the Faithful Sheriff so we didn't end on war conversation. But
right.
Oh yeah. That is true. We're just freaking talking about evil shit.
Yeah.
We'll probably do one more topic and then we'll probably just end it here. Jab.
Yes.
Do you have any big projects that you would like to tell us about? That you want to release? Anything that you want to say?
Yeah, I have a lot. I could sit here for an hour and talk about the stuff I want to make, but just for the sake of time, I guess I can just say I have a new YouTube channel called Jab50Yen Returns. Because my last channel got taken down in 2023, and I have a few films I want to write and film. I have a few video essays that I want to get intact. I'm trying to start a new business because I used to run an old show called Funny Rave with my friend Six, but it's not the pandemic anymore, so like URL shows aren't really sought after. So I'm trying to find a way to take the skills I've learned from that and put it into a new business. So I know that sounds super vague, but I just don't want to go on a rant for like the next half hour. But yeah, just want to work on a few films this year. I told Igloo yesterday I want to at least have the scripts done for 2 films this year, because film has always been my passion. YouTube was just something that came into my life, and then I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing this YouTube stuff, but film's always been the thing I wanted to do. So
and that's something I think I would really love to be interested in too, is working on a movie with you and Nate. Having all this together just
definitely.
to co-write something interesting.
I'm a film guy too.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I mentioned that.
I mean, we bonded over Harmony Korine films last night, so I could tell that you're deep into it. I feel like you have to be deep to like those films.
Yeah, dude, you have to understand what he's doing before just no like random citizens, like no like Marvel fan is gonna be like, they're not gonna be like, I watched Julian Donkey Boy. Yeah, I saw Gummo last night.
Saw Gummo, but there is one film idea I have where I need as many friends as possible to be a part of it. I'm writing this mumblecore film about the terrors of like what happens behind the scenes at conventions, and because I've been going to conventions for like 10 years, so I need as many of my friends as possible to be characters in this.
Dude,
we can definitely work that.
Us
that'd be an instant hit too.
Yeah, so because I don't think anyone's really copped. There's a series on YouTube called Too Kawaii for Comfort that does it fairly decently, but I feel like, no offense to the people that make that series, but I feel like I've been going to conventions long enough to know more like horror stories to capture on film.
That is true, because here's what I'm gonna say. Anywhere there's humans, there's fucked up shit happening in some capacity.
Oh yeah, and I've witnessed a lot of it firsthand. So
Jesus.
Yeah, there's stuff that happened recently that I'm gonna put in this film. I'm not gonna.
Okay, so this is what we'll do, right? We're absolutely gonna make this movie. I'll let you. You're obviously gonna lead this too. Write this shit out, and then we'll get together, come together, have a solid plan, and figure this shit out, because we have all the shit we can make to make this film happen.
Yeah, you have all the equipment,
all the cameras, all the lights, all the things.
You want to film it in LA?
I'm still figuring out what venue I want to use. Honestly, I might just ask the hotel that MagFest gets hosted, and if I could just rent it out for a week and just film it there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How long do you want it to be? How many minutes?
Probably just typical like hour 40 minutes.
Hour 40.
Yeah, just whole feature length.
I'm down, dude. That sounds fun.
Yeah. So that's the big project I'm gonna hopefully have a script done for by the end of this year.
That's cool, man. Yeah, because you know what? In a weird way, because like I went to film school, I did all that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I went to but like in a weird way, in my work that like I have out in terms of like my own film stuff, like it's kind of landed up in more like documentary vignettes.
which I love documentaries, don't get me wrong, and like most of the ideas I have are documentary, but like there's just that there's ways to like turn those real stories into a narrative.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think I could definitely, I need to start working on like an actual script, because I'm very much like, I do a lot of work in New Mexico about like the community and like the people and like the essence of the people. So a lot of talking heads, but like a lot of like B-roll of like what we're doing and stuff. I did a documentary on a jail actually.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. But yeah, no, most of my 20s was for fucking around. I turned 30 2 months ago, so it's time to get serious. So
I hear you.
Hopefully filmmaker Jab era comes around.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and you'll see everyone.
Too.
Thank you.
I'd like to be on a panel with you one day.
I used to do panels a lot back in the day. I haven't done one in a while, but yeah, that used to be my way of getting free badges in the conventions, because I didn't want to pay for badges, so I applied for panels to get free badges.
Were you hosting the panels?
Yeah, I was hosting them.
Damn, dude. I like being on camera with you, man. Are you very...
Thanks. I appreciate it.
We love you, Jab.
I love y'all too.
And you're staying
Don't
here.
lie to us.
You're staying here forever.
Yeah, they all my bags get confiscated, and they don't forget you're here forever. So
Don't forget. Don't forget.
All right, Goon Hour podcast.
Goon Hour, thanks for having me on.
Yup.
Jab, you want to do one more plug for us just in case?
Yeah, sure. I'm Jab50Yen everywhere. I'm Jab50Yen Returns on YouTube. Jab50Yen on X, formerly known as Twitter. Jab50Yen on Instagram. I'm trying to use Instagram more. And yeah, you'll be seeing me doing stuff for The Living Tombstone and other channels, but hopefully you'll be seeing more of my own stuff coming out later. So step one is podcasts like this, being guests on podcasts like this. Thanks for helping me have my own personal brand, have more of a footprint.
Always straight up.
Yeah.
All right, Gangertons.
Let's go ahead and
we got to set up for the actual episode.
Let's take Nate out.
Oh my God! Look out for that car! Oh my God!
Oh no! Look out! It's the plane! It's gonna hit us!
Oh my God! Just giving Zwick more work. Love you, Zwick.
Zwick, edit a plane hitting me right now across the face. Thanks.